A very warm welcome and good afternoon to everyone tuning into this, the Round 7 VFL clash between the Northern Blues and Frankston. First bounce set for 2 p.m. on a lovely sunny afternoon here at Icon Park, the spiritual home of the Carlton Football Club. Can the Blues make it 2 in a row and extend out to a 4-1 record and solidify their spot in the top 8, or will Frankston cause an unlikely upset and score their first win of the year? I'm Paul Sebastiani, and joined in the box by Nicholas Negropontis. Is there anywhere else you'd rather be on a Saturday afternoon, mate?
Where else would you rather be? We've got a beautiful view up here, perfect conditions, Northern Blues, Frankston, Icon Park, ready to go. Ready to go.
And as we start the little match preview with 10 minutes to go to the opening bounce, interesting news coming out from the for the injury front for Northern. Tom Wilson confirmed that has a ruptured ACL in that right now, and he'll miss the rest of the season. And Frank Anderson is also out for 2 weeks. He is serving a suspension for a dangerous tackle. So Northern Blues midfield a little bit undermanned today, Nick.
Yeah, we'll be watching that very closely, seeing who steps up, takes that role. Obviously, Frankston's Nathan Freeman off to a very good start to the year, former top 10 pick in the draft, Collingwood and St Kilda. So it'll be very interesting to see who goes to him, how the Northern Blues midfield matches up. John O'Rourke, obviously, one of the key recruits over the summer, will be one to watch.
Definitely, and just going back to both teams' form in the VFL this year, Frankston are yet to win a game. They sit last on the table with 42%, and the Northern Blues currently, before the round started, they're sitting in 8th spot with 3 wins and 1 loss as well. And they did the double last year over Frankston. They won quite comfortably the first time they played each other. Jacob Wiedering was best on ground. He won't be out here today. He'll be in the Carlton side tomorrow.
Preparing for Jeremy Cameron.
Definitely. And Frankston, then their returning game last year at Icon Park saw Northern Blues win comfortably 123 to 41. So last year Northern had fair to say they definitely had the wood, and we're expecting probably the same thing today, we'd say, even though Northern's midfield is a little bit depleted.
You'd think so. Northern coming off a bye as well. Let's see how ready they are coming off 2 byes in the opening 5 weeks of the season. It's a bit interesting that they've been fixtured that way. We'll see how ready they are. Frankston coming off a tough loss to Richmond last week. We'll be looking to claim a scalp here at Icon Park.
Definitely, and Northern Blues coming off a runaway win against North Melbourne last week, where Noah Wheeler, the late inclusion, bobbed up, and he's in the side this week again. He had to, as a media manager at the Northern Blues pointed out, Christian Filippo had to do a U-turn from the VFL game last week and had to rock up to Icon Park, and he dobbed 3 goals in a Nick Duigan-esque performance last week.
I'm not sure he was having the subway before like Nick Duigan. We were there in the crowd, Paulie, watching that one. It was a very scrappy game of footy. Neither team was at their best. Josh Fraser himself saying he doesn't think that the team is playing their best footy, but they're 3-1. They're winning games. They're finding ways to win despite scrappy footy. Got the job done over North Melbourne last week, 2 weeks ago before the bye. So that's probably what they're going to be hoping for today against Frankston.
Definitely. I think the thing I noted too as well, I think with the Northern Blues, just their starts have been a bit shaky, I think, in the first sort of opening weeks. And I think and that'll come to a test in the bye as well, coming off a bye. Obviously the momentum is stopped for a couple of days. You're off the park as well. So I think that's going to go a long way to setting up the game for Northern today as well. I mean, Frankston are obviously going to try to be up and about. They were actually okay in the first quarter against Richmond last week. But I think Northern have to be on their toes early as well. And we wanted to make mention as well, mid-season draft candidates that we've sort of noted down as well. Mid-season draft is happening. When's the cut-off date's already occurred?
Cut-off date's already occurred. It's happening in a couple of weeks, on the 27th, I believe. Haven't got that confirmed. But, there's a number of players out there today to watch who will be eligible for that. Nathan Freeman, Sam Fisher, Frank Anderson, who won't be out there, but he is eligible. Mason Blakey, Jesse Palmer, Corey Rich, Will Fordham, Lachlan McDonnell, James Rendell, Bo Bailey. Alex Johnson's not out there for Northern. He's still recovering from his knee, but he's also eligible. John O'Rourke, Noah Wheeler, Oscar White, today's 23rd man, and of course the captain Tom Wilson, who obviously ruptured his ACL, won't be out there, but he's still eligible for that.
Now, as we look at the Northern Blues, they set up, Patrick Kerr was having a few shots at goal. He's their leading goal kicker this year as well, has been in good form. I think he's going to be a bit of a headache for the Frankston defenders today. What are your thoughts on how he might perform today, Paddy Kerr?
He's been pretty consistent all year, hasn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
Could have kicked a bag against North a couple of weeks ago, finished with 2-3. It was obviously Wheeler who got the job done for solos in there. Kim LeBoyce plays his first game for the year as well. So it's going to be a dangerous forward line. That's where the damage has to be done for the Northern Blues. They have to take advantage of their inside 50s if the midfield isn't quite as strong as it has been in previous weeks.
Absolutely. And for Frankston as well, they've got their B&F winner from last year, Corey Rich, lively small forward. He kicked 34 goals last season as well, so he's someone that the Northern Blues defenders would have to keep a good eye on. Probably Mason Blakey, you'd assume, is probably the best matchup for him.
Blakey, yes. He's, as we said, he's mid-season draft eligible, a nice lockdown defender. We don't know whether he'll get a look in, but he gets the job done every week. Can't really complain about him there. Nathan Freeman also coming back in after missing last week for Frankston. Huge in as well. So they're a stronger team on paper. They have a few ex-AFL players as well. Will Fordham, formerly North Melbourne listed, didn't play a game for them. And Angus Styles, formerly from Sydney as well. Yulba Zajai, another one worth watching today, can kick goals quickly if given the opportunity.
Now, a bit of a family affair here as well, with the captain of Frankston being Josh Newman, the brother of Carlton listed player Nick.
Yes.
So he might be one to watch for Frankston as well. So, yes, interesting as both sides go through their warm-ups here at Icon Park. Again, fantastic day for football here. And also just wanted to make mention before we go into the game as well, I thought Ben Silvani the last couple of weeks has shown a bit as well. I know a lot of Carlton Northern Blues supporters would keep a keen eye on him. Pick 70 in the 2018 draft, obviously the father-son to Stephen and brother of Jack, but I think he's been building up into a solid vein of form, I'd say, defensively. Yeah.
Yes, spitting image of Jack as well. Has the long flowing hair. So yeah, I'm excited to see what he does down back today. He was pretty impressive against the Riz, I agree. It's still very raw, still very much learning how to play at even VFL level. So we won't see him for a while, I don't think, at senior level, but it's good to see him finding some confidence out there.
Yeah, exactly.
In a similar boat, Matthew Cottrell. First time I think I've seen him live last week, was very impressive through the midfield. He's one of those guys, he just has a go, and can't say that for every single footballer out there. He has a go, he works hard, and has the skinhead.
Yeah.
Really easy to spot out there.
Well, that's all we ask for, isn't it? Yeah, and I think too, I know coaches always ramble on about this as well, but just being able to get that continuity into your body as well. He came off that knee injury in the pre-season as well, so if he can get a fair run at it, keep an eye out for him as well. So both teams looking to set themselves up here on the field. Frankston's still in their huddle, and it looks like the Northern Blues will kick to the right of your screen towards the old Heatley stand end. Frankston will be going towards a Legends stand end to your left of screen. And
could not ask for better conditions out there.
It's fantastic. You can't be turning the ball over today, I don't think.
I think the Northern Blues small forwards will be licking their lips.
Absolutely. For Solo as well, you mentioned he was one that looks to be up and about today. I think he might have a good game, Nick.
Well, I don't think they've got their TV haircuts this week for YouTube, but it's looking ready. They're all taking their positions now. Andrew Phillips in the middle for the Northern Blues, taking the first ruck contest.
Who's lining up in the middle for the Northern Blues? We've got Fisher, we've got Lang, and we've got O'Rourke in the middle. So
obviously a different look without Anderson and Wilson in there now, so it might be a bit of making it up as they go, or a bit of a new look in there for the Northern Blues this weekend.
So Saturday afternoon football at Princes Park. Everything ready to rock and roll. Both teams set up their 6-6-6 formation. Patrick Kerr starting up in the goal square for the Northern Blues. Round 7 football between the Northern Blues and Frankston. And we're underway. Umpire bounces it well. Frankston will look to get the first clearance here, and that's exactly what. The outside, quick little handball out. Northern Blues doing well to force them back though. Always did well with some pressure, but Frankston worked their way around. A good interception mark. Our umpire said play on. Stavrou to Cottrell. He was tackled immediately. Locker went in there, and umpires called a dangerous tackle. And the ball will end up back with Cottrell, or it'll go to Fasolo. It'll come downfield. Fasolo comes out wide. Stavrou was left all alone. He's got options. Sends it up to the top of the square. Going up was Phillips. Kerr was in there as well. Was well fisted away, and it goes over the score line. And the first score of the game goes to Northern Blues. It's one behind, and Frankston are yet to score.
Kick out comes long, taking advantage of that new rule where you don't have to kick to yourself. Strong contested mark. Taken by the Frankston player, who then immediately falls over. He's got short options. Hits up Jock on the defensive side of the wing. He kicks inboard. He's got a guy on his own in the middle of the ground. Should feed the handball here. From 50 metres out, it's going to fade right. It's out in the full, unfortunately. That was a good build-up by Frankston. They moved the ball well there.
Probably just had to lower the eyes there.
So the Northern Blues have it in on the far side of the ground.
So kick comes out to Goddard here. He's in the back pocket. He drives it long up towards half-back, and coming out to mark it was Kerr. Led up well at that. On the outer side here. Travelled just under 2 minutes. It's Northern Blues, one behind. Frankston yet to score. Kerr drives it up the wing, coming out to meet it. Phillips, good kick. Marks here, smack bang on centre wing. He's got Lobe further afield here, Phillips. That's who he's looking for. Palmer comes out to make the lead, and a big pack forms, and it'll go over the boundary line. Out of play here at half forward for the Northern Blues. They're attacking to the right-hand side of the screen. They point here. It's travelled just over 2 minutes into this opening quarter.
Looks like Northern Blues are already trying to get a number behind the ball.
Looks like
Goddard by himself?
Goddard, it is.
No, they're dropping one back now, Frankston, to even up the numbers.
So umpire tosses it in. Phillips in the ruck gets first tap as well. Plenty of players around this one. We'll have another.
Oh, it's out,
it's out on the full. It's come off a Northern Blues boot, and the kick will be taken by Fordham. He's at half back here for Frankston. Umpire tells him to hurry it up, and that's exactly what he does. Drives a long kick up towards centre wing. Packer plays forms, went over the head of Goddard. Quick kick off the ground. Getting back to meet it though was Blakey. Quick pick up there by Zije, and he's tackled immediately, and the umpire says, give it to me. We'll ball it up here at half forward for Frankston.
Up it goes. Phillips tried to get a hand to it, and Frankston player took it out of the ruck. Immediately thrown to ground. Umpire's hovering, and he pays holding the ball. So it's a Northern Blues free kick at half-back.
Stiff.
Bit stiff. It's Glenn Strawn.
It is Sam Fisher.
Sam Fisher, sorry, my binoculars aren't great. He goes backwards to Stavro by himself inside defensive 50. He has the switch on long, and the mark is taken by Shoemaker, who immediately gives the handball over the top to Goddard, who can kick on his left. That's a good kick just over the top of Kerr. Couldn't get both hands to it. Handball over the top is intercepted, and the Frankston will now turn the ball around and come forward. Little edge in the back there. Frankston have the numbers. If it bounces, it doesn't. And Blakey just hacks it into the middle of the ground. Dangerous kick, but it bounces for the Northern Blues, and they'll go inside 50 here.
Great.
Oh, good spoil. Ball comes out. Kerr has it. Runs to the pocket. Doesn't look at the goals. Has an option in the middle and just misses for Solo. Comes out the back. Good tackle there. It looks like the ball isn't going anywhere. It was a good option from Kerr. Just missed the kick.
Over the head of Faz. I think the sun got in his eyes.
He'll be kicking himself, Alex Fasolo.
Absolutely. So umpire tosses this up. Lobe in the ruck, neither able to get clear advantage of it, but it came out to Styles. He cleared it outside defensive 50. Going up, Goddard couldn't take it. Silvani up the back, quick handball to Blakey. Blakey comes out the side. Schumacher feigns a kick. He goes to Strawn, and he unwinds on that left boot. Big pack of players forms. Paulson's there at the fall of the ball. Might have been holding. Umpire said no. Fordham was in there as well. Paulson went back in again. Good second effort. Blues trying to lock this one inside forward 50. Owies went in there too. Frankston battling to keep it in, but they get the clearing kick. Stavry with a good spoil. He was tackled immediately. Ball's outside defensive 50 for Frankston, and we'll have it balled in, and we'll have it thrown up. Northern still lead it. One behind with Frankston yet to score. So umpire tosses it up.
All yours.
Fisher with the clearance. And I think there's going to be a holding the ball free kick. It'll go the way of Frankston. It'll be taken by Bo Bailey. He comes inside.
It's a dangerous kick.
Goddard
it's going to get
it,
back
they'll get a bit lucky here, Frankston. Oh, Strawn did well. Came across Noah Wheeler. Good kick out to Stavru. He marks at half-back. He comes inside. Goddard with his stretching hands comes out to mark it, and a lovely kick out to Matthew Owies. He's been good the last couple of weeks, Matthew Owies. Category B rookie for the Blues. He comes inside with a kick to Wheeler. Goes one way, the other. Back to Blakey. And Blakey goes long up the line. That's a nice kick, finds Fisher on the outside. Sam Fisher needs to step up in midfield today. That kick's not the greatest and it's chopped off by Dylan Gordon.
So Gordon can now rebound for Frankston, has it in the far side of the back pocket. Called the play on. Wants to go long, will belt that ball. Blakey should be able to get out the back, and he takes a strong mark. That's what he does so well. He comes inboard to Jonathan O'Rourke, and now Brad Hill will look for a short option. That's a poor kick, but it's well controlled. And now they're looking to come out the other side. Northern Blues have an option out wide in
Ben Silvani.
Ben Silvani, sorry. I can't even recognise the Silvani. Anyway, we'll have a throw in inside 50 for the Northern Blues.
So, bit of a lacklustre start to this one. Both teams are sort of trying to figure out what either team is trying to do with ball in hand. Northern Blues lead it by a point. They've probably looked the more dangerous of the two teams. Lobe couldn't win that tap. Followed up the effort. Paulson did well. Inside one. Good snap towards goal. That's a fantastic goal, Cam Paulson. Ripper goal.
How about that?
And he returns from a bug last week, or the week before, and he says the antibiotics did a good job and kicks a goal. Northern Blues go to 1-1-7. Frankston yet to score. That was well read by Cam Paulson.
He's always handy around a stoppage, Cam Paulson. Not a natural deep forward. Played a lot of midfield minutes in the under-18s. So good to see him getting an opportunity around the ball. Obviously it was inside 50. That's as good a snap as you'll see.
Well done there. And coming onto the ground for him is the Kim LeBoy, who's just sprinted inside forward 50 for the Northern Blues. That's just what happens, mate. You kick a goal and you go straight off these days.
So we'll restart play in the middle. Bounce goes well outside. Neither ruckman get a hand on it. Phillips follows up well. Northern trying to get the ball through the congestion. They do well. Kick comes high inside 50. It's not going to get to the 50, but a good chance for a mark. Cottrell will hack it inside 50. He has a guy on his own. It's just going to fall in his lap. Quickly plays on and hits a very nice target. Good ball movement.
Keppel, the co-captain.
Very good ball movement by the Northern Blues there, and they'll line up for goal 30 metres out, directly in front.
That was nice. Really well done by Wheeler. That's been a strength of his the last couple of weeks. A bit of a poised head, cool head inside forward 50 and going forward centre of the field, and that was a nice hit up.
The kick is a goal. Northern get another one. 2-1-13 Northern Blues. Frankston yet to score. Off to a good start here, as we mentioned. Have been a bit of a poor starting team in recent weeks. It's a good start for the Northern Blues. A goal pretty much immediately from a centre clearance.
Well, see, this is what we were speaking about prior to the game. It's just the start, especially coming off a bye as well. You want to try and hit the game with some momentum, and that's exactly what they've done. Midfield's got on top for Northern early too, given, as we said pre-game, that they're missing Anderson and Wilson. It's a good sign so far. Paulson's taking his spot in the midfield as well.
Yep, I like that. I like seeing that for the Northern Blues, something different. Cam Paulson provides a lot of speed. Hasn't gotten many midfield opportunities at AFL level with Carlton's depth through that area.
So a good start here for the Northern Blues. Rendell and Phillips to do battle in the ruck. Sorry, Lobe. Lobe gets the tap. O'Rourke tried to barge his way through. It was tackled immediately. The handball came out to Cottrell. Cottrell on the left boot. Had it fisted. LeBoy had it fisted away from him. Frankston will look to retreat. They come out to half back here. And the mark is taken by Mullane. He plays on quickly, goes further afield. It's a good kick as well. It's marked. And Frankston look to build up play here at half back. Silvani stands the mark. Did well with the smother. And the ball will go over the boundary line and out of play. Taken out by Hill at half forward here for Frankston. Northern Blues lead at 2-1-13. Frankston yet to score. This is probably one of the more dangerous pushes forward here by Frankston. Hopefully they can lock it in for their sake, but Northern defending well.
Throw in comes. Lobe works his way to the front, might have been held, nothing paid. Northern's going to clear it now. That's a bit of a shank of a kick, and now Frankston have an opportunity here at the 50. Good forward defensive pressure by the Blues to force the hack kick inside 50. Josh Hill tries to get a hand to it, can't. A lot of players around this footy. And we're going to have a ball up, 30 out from the Frankston goal.
ZJ for Frankston will just come out of the ground there. Was buried by about 4 or 5 Northern Blues boys.
The aggression is up early.
Definitely.
Lobe just takes it out of the ruck. His kick doesn't go anywhere, though. Again, there's 30 players around the footy, and this one isn't going anywhere.
Interesting to see how they set up outside defensive 50 here. And you've got pretty much all 36 players up in the front half of Frankston's ground here.
Lobe again takes it out of the ruck. It looks like it's Frankston who's going to get the clean shot at goal, and it misses to the left-hand side. So Josh Hill will take the kick in. He's going to go fast. It's a good kick. Silvani, halfback. He's probably going to have to go to a contest here. It's a good kick in Kerr's direction. Good spoil over the back. It's just going to get to the line. We'll have a throw in at halfback for the Northern Blues. Paddy Kerr, the predominant key forward option today for the Northern Blues, obviously with Casbolt, Curnow, Mackay, McGovern all playing in the seniors.
I mean, you know what you'll get from Kerr. You'll lead up at it all day. So Lobe to do battle in the ruck. Frankston win the tap though. Strawn may have been pushed off it. Lobe went back in for a second effort and he's given away a free kick for in the back. It'll go the way of his opposing ruckman in Rendell. At half forward here, Frankston. Rendell's going to drive it up to the top of the square. Big pack of players forms. Hill was there with Stavrou. Frankston tried to force the stoppage. Hill off the ground, ricocheted off Silvani, came back to Blakey, and Goddard will just see this one over the behind post and through for one behind. Frankston go to 2 behinds, 2 points. Northern Blues 2-1-13. Hill takes the kick in. Jeez, it's a shocker. It's an absolute shocker. It's taken by Turnbull. He was tackled immediately though. The ball comes outside defensive 50. Cottrell in a foot race as well with Williams. Cottrell won it, slipped over. Quick handball now. Goes to Stavrou via hand to Keppel. He goes to Polson. Polson fumbled it. He's put under pressure. May have been taken high. Umpire said no. Stavrou tries to relieve the pressure. Not the greatest of handballs, and they're fluffing around with it at half back. Ball ends up with the LeBoy though. His kick comes off the inside of his foot. Ends up getting its way to Fisher. He goes on the right boot towards goal, and Kerr's going to mark, and he's going to kick a certain goal. Well, that was a comedy of errors, Nick, through that passage of play.
The old Dwayne Russell chaos ball.
And it somehow ended up in the lap of Patrick Kerr, and he's going to come in and kick his first of the day, and Northern's third, and that's what he does. And Northern go to 3-1-19. Frankston 2 points, 2 behinds. Probably not the greatest passage of play we'll see today, but a good one for the Northern Blues, Nick.
Not sure that one will make the highlight reel. Paddy Kerr nearly put that ball on the roof, though. Not sure the team down there would have been too happy if that one went on the roof.
So 9 goals this year for Paddy Kerr. He continues his fine vein of form.
It's been excellent.
He has, and that, despite Northern nearly fluffing their lines, that was good ball movement, though. They tried to move it quickly and they wanted to get Paddy Kerr isolated, which is what they ended up doing.
Yeah, it was a good final kick to Paddy Kerr. Had enough space, marked it just on the edge of the goal square. So, bounce in the middle, beautiful bounce by the umpire. Free kick has been paid.
By the non-controlling umpires. I think it's a hold.
It's going to the Northern Blues.
Fisher will have it.
Fisher, who's been fantastic this year, goes to Lang, who plays on immediately. Another little short kick. Fisher again, his kick is going to get intercepted at half back. Lowered the eye as well, but didn't quite hit the target there. That kick comes out into the direction of Jock, who takes a strong mark, wants to handball over the top, and the Frankston now have numbers through the midfield. They've got players on out the back. If it gets there, it's not going to. A good spoil there in defence for the Northern Blues. Jock tackled, very good tackle by Darcy Lang, dispossessed him. Umpire calls play on. The numbers now swarm the footy, and it'll be bounced.
Angus Schumacher, awesome spoil, going back with the flight, stopped an almost certain shot at goal. So umpire tosses this up. Phillips in the ruck, Stavrou with the clearance. LeBoy did well to evade his opponent, plays on quickly, goes round one, his tackle, that's on the ball. Just bit off a bit more than he could chew there, Kim LeBoy. Intention was right, execution not so much. Handball comes out now to Newman. And good pressure there by the Northern Blues. Silvani did well to cause the spoil. Schumacher coming back in support. Evades a tackle, but was well held there. Ball ends up back with Silvani. His kick was smothered. May have taken his opponent high. I think that's what the umpire's calling is. It's against Silvani. And it'll be a shot on goal here to Frankston. It's going the way of Bo Bailey.
Frankston had a guy in the goal square anyway by himself. This is almost a better option for the Northern Blues.
So we've travelled 16 and a half minutes here into the opening quarter. Frankston will try and notch up their first shot of the game. His kick is going to go to the top of the square. It's not even going to make the distance, and Phillips with a big fist fell to lock. He was tackled well, and the ball goes over the boundary line and out of play. Now, Nick, what can Frankston do to try and stop this Northern Blues momentum?
They're getting a lot of congestion around the ball, but whenever Northern Blues get on the outside, they're outrunning them back towards goal, cutting them to ribbons. They've had a bit of luck with a few bounces going their way as well.
So Phillips and Tutupu will be the ones to do battle in the ruck here. Umpire tosses it in. Phillips with the tap. Fisher was there. He was tackled immediately. Might have been in the back. Umpire said no, he's going to ping him for holding the ball. I think no genuine attempt, but from the angle up in the box here, it looked like he was shoved in the back, but the free kick will go to Kingsbury, a former Northern Blue listed player. He played the final game of the year last year for the Northern Blues, and he'll look to try and kick Frankston's first goal of the game. Tough angle here. Trots in, good kick, and Frankston get there first. 1-2-8. And the Northern Blues 3-1-19, and that is an interesting goal because Northern Blues are making a thing of ex-players kicking goals. Malawal for Werribee.
They definitely needed that one though, Frankston, just to get some reward on the board, keep within striking distance of the Northern Blues, who got off to a very nice start. Probably a bit stiff to get pinged holding the ball there, but you'll take him.
Frankston definitely will at the moment. It's a steadying goal for them.
Glenn Strawn on the wing here, playing his 50th VFL game today. Long-serving member of the Northern Blues, Glenn Strawn.
Massive left kick too, which he'll tell you about, no doubt.
Umpire has not recalled that for some reason, and Frankston get the centre clearance through Randell up towards forward 50. Hack kick goes nowhere, locks near the ball. Silvani won't be paid the mark. We'll have a ball up.
Now for Solo, he's around the ball here. He needs to get into the game. He hasn't really had much of it early either.
Randell wins the tap. Northern Blues get the clearance out towards the defensive side of the wing. And Newman's around the ball there, nearly got the clearance out. Very congested start to this one.
Best for Solo.
Yep, out the back. Kick up to the wing is going to clear the Northern Blues players. Frankston happy to get that one over the boundary line.
Now it looks like they've made the move with Fasolo going up into the contest as well, and he had an immediate impact there. So keep an eye out for Solo late in the quarter here. We've gone nearly 20 minutes.
2 27s battling it out in the ruck. Randell, Lobe. Lobe wins the tap and puts it down the throat of a Frankston player. They can attack through the middle of the ground here. Hamble comes over the top. Good pressure on him from Blake. He works hard to cause some pressure, but they've got an option out wide just to take a deep breath. But unfortunately, the mark isn't taken, and so the pressure is still on. Another poor handball, just misses a target. Now they're going to try and go all the way back. They've somehow ended up deep in defence, and that's a dangerous kick. And now they can take a deep breath. Nope, they want to keep going fast. Kick comes out wide. The mark is taken by Freeman. Josh Hill with a nice spoil there, and that ricochets off a Frankston player and out of bounds.
So
it was Corey Rich, that one.
Frankston just getting a bit of control at the back of the contest here, not allowing that free-flowing movement that the Northern Blues had for their first few goals. Lobe to go up in the ruck against Rendell. Swarm of players around this one as well. For Solo still with that midfield role. Fell to O'Rourke. For Solo, there he is. Goes round one. Quick snap around the body. It's all Frankston out here. And the mark, a relieving mark taken by Woodman. Defensive side of the wing. Northern lead it 3-1-19. Frankston 1-2-8. Travelled into time on here in the opening quarter. And the kick just hugs the boundary line, and it's fisted over the boundary line and out of play. We'll have it tossed in. Attacking side of the wing here for Frankston. Kerr coming onto the ground now, moving up forward for the Northern Blues.
Providing that bigger option that they didn't have where Fasolo sort of kicked to two players. No Northern Blues presence where that kick was going.
So to Tupu and Lobe. Lobe with the tap. Darcy Lang trying to barge and force the way forward. It might have been taken in the back, and that is exactly what the umpire says occurred. Lang will take the free kick. Not in the long sleeves today.
It's a nice warm day. No need for long sleeves out there.
So Lang goes short, finds Paulson in those flashy blue boots. Kicked the first goal of the game for Northern with a lovely opportunistic snap. He's looking for option. Kerr gives him one, and that's a lovely kick. Kerr leading out, takes the mark.
Centimetre perfect, you might say.
That's great. So Kerr centres this one up to the top of the square. Phillips his target. Phillips goes up, couldn't take it. Oh no, umpires said mark. Has he called it? He has.
That's as good a passage of play as you'll see. Beautiful kick to Kerr, who marked it a millimetre.
Ain't you just love when a forward and forward players know who they want to kick to? They find the target. Phillips with a free run at the ball.
It's always been his strength, Andrew Phillips, the ability to mark above his head.
Definitely.
This part I'm not too sure about.
So Phillips is to give the Northern Blues the answer in goal. Right behind this in the caller's box, he comes in. It's just fading to the left. It'll go through for one behind. So the Northern Blues go to 3-2-20, and Frankston are 1-2-8.
Williams will take the kick in from fullback. Doesn't have an immediate option. He's going to get called to play on here. Kicks long out towards the ruckman. Phillips throws his man aside. Brings the ball to ground for the Northern Blues. But it's Frankston who will get the hack kick out. It's going to be intercepted, and immediately Northern Blues are on the attack again, but a poor kick. It's put their team under pressure. Locks under the footy there for Frankston. Again, the congestion immediately comes as soon as there's a kick that doesn't hit its target. And we'll have a ball up. Right in the middle of the ground. Forward half. For the Northern Blues. Ruckman smashes it forward into space. Kick off the ground from Williams. He's being chased out there by Oscar White, the 23rd man for the Northern Blues. That's holding the ball there. Dispossessed was a Frankston player, and it'll be a free kick to the Northern Blues. Going the way.
Darcy Lang, that was.
Darcy Lang. I thought I saw a different number. Anyway, apparently it's not an unrealistic attempt. Frankston will still get the ball here. They have to hit a target just to slow things down. Now they want to go through the middle. That was Ferreira. His kick is good. Now they go inside 50. They've got numbers here, Northern Blues, and that's a good intercept mark taken by Fasolo.
Mr. Everywhere at the moment for Fasolo.
As far away from where he wants to be as possible, Alex Fasolo. Something's happened here.
Umpire's called. I think he's called a downfield to Kerr here. I think he might have been knocked off I think he was held off the football is what the umpire is saying.
They've got to move it quickly here, the Northern Blues. They've got space. He's got Shoemaker running into space. Instead he goes to the goal square, one-on-one just over the top. And now Frankston can clear. Lock gets it on the bounce. Feeds it inboard. Freeman. That's a good kick to Rendell. Silvani slows him down.
So Rendell is at half back. That's a nice kick inside. And they can move it quickly now, Frankston. They go towards half forward. Goddard trying to get back. Oh, he slipped over. Mark taken there by Rich. He snaps around the body and he finds Zije. He's going to run into an open goal. And Frankston go end to end. Goddard just slipping over at a critical stage of the contest there. And Frankston, they get two in a row and they bridge the margin back to an even goal. Northern Blues 3-2-20. And Frankston 2-2-14.
very dangerous kick into the middle by Frankston, but it paid off, and Ferreira was able to move the ball really quickly.
It was that kick there from Rendell at half back that opened up the play, and
very nice kick from the ruckman.
And they were able to get Northern Blues on the hop there, but I think Goddard just you wouldn't pick someone to fall over on a day like this. He's just shoes just got the his laces just got tangled and slipping over at a critical stage, and Frankston get 2 in a row.
Umpires just having a chat. It'll be Lobe and Rendell in the middle when we eventually restart. Bounce goes wide. Lobe will win it down cleanly, but Frankston plays the first to the ball. It's a Rendell as well. Freeman feeds the handball out, and the kick goes, well, nowhere. It's going to bounce straight back to the guy who kicked it. Frankston trying to feed the ball through the middle. That's a strong mark taken over Hugh Goddard.
Robert Turnbull did very well there.
He goes inside 50. Blakey's in a good spot here. Silvani out the back, brings it to ground. Locks there for Frankston. Silvani jumps on him. Umpire's going to ping him here.
Dragged it in. That's what he's called. He's called the dragon.
Well, they've been tough on that all day so far. So Silvani wins the free kick. Right at halfback for the Northern Blues. Looks like he wants to switch the ball. He's got options. Looks like he wants to draw the man over the top. Josh Hill does nicely. Now hits Blakey. Has Strawn on over the top instead. Comes inboard. Straight through the hands. But they're going to work it out here, Northern Blues. Strawn, the 50 gamer. He's going to get it, and he's going to go long on that left boot. Another slip by a Northern Blues player. And that mark is going to be taken by, I think that was Rendell.
Someone watered the ground before we played, Nick.
That's a dangerous kick, and it's going to result in more offense for the Northern Blues. They've got numbers everywhere in LeBoyce. He marks 45 out. Geez, they made that one hard.
They did.
McKim LeBoyce, first game for the year. Good to see him back. Carlton's crying out for a small forward, and if he can put his name up with some good performances, get some match fitness in the VFL.
Well, he's the one, Nick, for Carlton. He's the one that, if he can find some sort of form at this level.
With Jared Pickett out for, well, indefinitely at this point.
So they need a steady here, Northern.
Kim LeBoyce skips in. Onto the left. It's going to miss to the left. Mark was taken just over the line, unfortunately, for the Northern Blues, and the kick in will be taken by Dylan Gordon.
So Northern go to 3-3-21, Frankston 2-2-14. We've travelled nearly 29 minutes into this opening quarter. Long kick out. Big pack of players form. Frankston looked to get out the back, but Silvani fell in his lap. Cottrell kicks across the ground. He's got plenty of players open here. Lang takes the mark, plays on immediately, goes to Schumacher, and on that trusty left boot, he drives one towards Fasolo, and Fasolo takes the mark, tumbling falling just before the siren. And Alex Fasolo will line up. Tough angle.
They'll be kicking themselves there, Frankston. They had numbers on over the top, unfortunately.
It's a kick from Cottrell that released the play, and it's ended up in the hands of Fasolo.
He's going to have to kick the traditional drop punt here, unfortunately, Alex Fasolo.
Now they practice these when they come out, the Carlton boys. Here we go. Faz. This one's across the face, and it will register
no score.
No score. So quarter time here between Northern Blues and Frankston. It is the Northern Blues leading at 3-3-21 to Frankston 2-2-14. And they'd be pleased with the first half of that quarter, Northern, but second half Frankston sort of worked their way back into it, Nick.
Yeah, Frankston a bit of good ball movement through the corridor. They're taking the game on. They're really forcing Northern to get back quickly because they're getting them out the back when they get that good.
I think even too, like there are a few fortunate moments for Frankston as well. But again, once you move the ball fast and you get the ball inside 50 quickly, that's when you get the defences. You get the defence off their guard as well, and that's when their errors can come to pass for defenders as well. So Northern lead it by 7 points at quarter time, and they'd be pleased with their start too.
What's Josh Fraser's going to be out? Sorry, Josh Fraser. What's he going to be saying out there to the troops?
Well, he's always got a level head when it comes to these sort of situations inside the huddle as well. I think he'd be saying, the first half of that quarter was good. Just keep up with your ball movement, Paddy Kerr. Keep going with your leading patterns as well, and keep linking up with Phillips too. So I think that combination there is a combination that'll cause most headaches for Frankston as well. The Kerr and Phillips combination.
Yes, they've looked good whenever they get the ball in quickly to those key forwards. While we've got a break in play, the VFLW girls played their first game of the season down in Casey. Unfortunately, went down 50-19. Cena Mason best on ground. Jess Hosking great for Carlton there. Thank you to our VFLW correspondent Julia Montesano for those numbers there. Unfortunate loss to start the season.
Hopefully the boys out here can right the ship. I think that's what will hopefully occur.
And again, good to on 50 VFL games. Been around for quite a while now. Glenn Strawn, powerful left foot kick coming out of defence. Saw him up on the wing a few times today.
He's got the flashy blue boots as well, hasn't he?
So the teams are in their huddles. And we're going to take a quick break here. We'll be back with the second quarter in a few minutes.
So back here for second quarter action between the Northern Blues and Frankston. Round 7 of the VFL. Northern leading at 3-3-21 to Frankston 2-2-14. And Nick, you've got some around the grounds for the VFL.
Yeah, Footscray is going to pick up a nice win over Werribee. That game's either just ended or it's about to end. Pat Lipinski, 1 goal, 30 disposals for Footscray. A few nice performances there. Bailey Dale kicking 3. It's a good sign for Doggies fans out there as well. Other game going on, quarter time, Casey lead Port Melbourne 25-17. So there's a bit of action going on. They're the only 3 games today. Tomorrow you've got Richmond and Box Hill down at Swinburne. Coburg and Williams down at Piranha Park. Geelong and Collingwood at GMHBA. Collingwood surprisingly struggling in the VFL so far this year. And Sandy and Essendon.
So, second quarter action here between the Northern Blues and Frankston. Phillips in the ruck against Rendell. Phillips on the tap. O'Rourke with a quick handball out. Northern Blues will get the first clearance through the way of Fisher towards half forward. Palmer sat under it, couldn't take it. Bounced over his head. Good tackle there by Kerr on Williams. But Frankston look to work this way through the middle of the ground. They do well here at halfback. Kick not the greatest one from Fordham. It comes all the way back to Freeman and they retreat inside defensive 50. Now, Paulson had to go there, was called to go, but he's going to be called for a chop. And the free kick will go the way of Frankston. On the defensive side of the wing, it'll go the way of Williams. Hasn't got too many options. Northern Blues have set up well behind the ball here. Umpire calls him to play on. He drives it long towards half forward. Phillips goes up, big fist away. Lang was there to pick up the crumbs. Quick left foot snap around his body back to where the ball just came from. Paulson was worried out of it though. Went back in, got his own football. Good handball to Lobie. Lobie threw it on the boot up towards half forward for Solo. Did well, got his opponent Gordon under the football. And for Solo with a kick towards Palmer. And Palmer couldn't get it. He nearly fell over. Frankston did well there. Good defensive effort. Coming through to meet it there was Styles, and he sees it over the boundary line and out of play. Well defended there by Frankston, stopping a near certain goal.
Very well defended by Frankston. For Solo, probably should have gone back and gone for it himself. So I have a throw in the forward pocket for the Northern Blues. It'll be Lobie and Cottrell in the ruck. Sorry, not Cottrell. Rendell. Rendell fell over and Lobie just takes it out of the ruck and hits the post. Jeez. You don't want the ruckman falling over in a forward stoppage.
You have been waiting for that you've been waiting for that all year, Nick. The pick out of the ruck and the shot on goal.
It seems like the obvious thing to do. So, big kick in from a Frankston. An excellent kick. A strong mark. Taken there by Turnbull. He goes to Newman. And now they're working it out across half back here, Frankston. The kick out wide is going to get to Newman on the bounce, and he's going to have to come in, boy. That's a dangerous handball. Northern Blues player slipped over at the wrong time. Cottrell's brought to ground and will have a bounce at half forward. Just a bit sloppy so far, Frankston, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think just Northern Blues with their AFL listed quality as well. I think they just got a bit more class on the ball, I think, Nick.
Clearing kick by Frankston into the middle of the ground. This is a dangerous spot for Solos there. He's not going to get to the ball in time. Frankston's going to get a kick inside 50. Goddard will get there for Northern Blues, but it's Frankston who gets to the ball first. That kick's going to bounce towards goal, but it misses. Missed. Crowd.
That was Kingsbury who had that
yes.
shot away at goal, and he's there putting pressure on Goddard, but Goddard's strong in the contest. Takes a good contested grab in the back pocket. And the kick, geez, he made Stavrou work for that at half back. Stavrou was akin to the task, so he comes inside to Paulson, and Paulson goes around his opponent. Looks for options, short kick, it's a good one. Finds Owies, he's going to go back to Paulson. No, he feigns the handball, comes inside the middle. And his kick is a low darting one. Kerr picked it up on the bounce. He'll line it up from 40 metres out and he'll put it through the big sticks. Paddy Kerr goes bang. And the Northern Blues go to 4-4-28. Frankston
2-2-14.
2-2-14, Nick. Well done by Patrick Kerr.
How about Cam Paulson's been fantastic so far.
Did very well through the midfield there. That was all his goals. Set up well by the youngster.
Matty Owies as well. basketball convert, just knows what he's doing.
That was a good turn inside. He feigned the handball to Paulson, came back inside, and Kerr, he was never going to miss from there, Paddy Kerr, was he?
No, that's his second sausage of the day.
So
Lobe and Rundell will go at it in the ruck again. Lobe wins it out the back. Locke came bounding in. Now it's going to be a free kick for a push in the back. It's going the way of Frankston. Free kick going to Mullane. It's called the play on. Still unsure. Now has an option out wide in the form of Gordon. Had the players on the switch, instead goes down the line. Umpires paid a chopping the arms. Free kick. They're just struggling to get any clean ball movement, Frankston, here. This is going to another contested situation. Oh, that ball is smacked forward. That's not a handball, but the ball comes on anyway.
It's a volleyball spike.
Locke gets around one, and his kick towards goal isn't going to have the distance it's missing anyway. Another behind for Frankston. Northern Blues 28, Frankston 16.
So the kick in now will be taken by Hill, and he drives this one towards Lang. It's a good kick as well. Good mark by Lang in front of Wilson, and he moves it, and it's that man Paulson again on the end of it here. Goes inside, quick handball to Wheeler. Goes back to Paulson, missed his target. Turnover. Frankston now through Wilson. They retreat to Freeman. Handball came back to Mullane. He goes inside now. It's a good kick. Frankston will just look to slow things down here. Ball in the hands of Josh Newman, Frankston captain.
Brother of Carlton's Nick.
Quick kick inside was to Tupu. The big man for Frankston. He's telling his teammates to get up further afield. He handballs back to Newman, who drives it inside forward 50. Good defensive fist there from Hill, but a good pick up there at the fall of the ball by Bailey, and his shot at goal's bending back beautifully. Lovely goal by Bailey. Read it fantastically well off the contest, and he gets the answering goal for Frankston, and they go to 3-4-22, and the Northern Blues are 4-4-28. That was very well done by Bo Bailey.
Very, very good finish. Unfortunately, the handball back to Cam Paulson on the wing there led to that situation. He's been very, very good today, Cam Paulson, running through the middle of the ground.
And that's probably the first time that Frankston have taken advantage of an errant handball or an errant disposal from Northern Blues on transition from defence to attack. They did that well. They slowed it down here at halfback, made sure that they utilised their options, and they were able to get the crumbing goal.
Hurting them on the turnovers. That's what they've got to do to be a chance here today, Frankston. It's only a goal in it. They trail 28-22. Bounced again in the middle. Lobe got a fingernail on it. Fasolo's in the middle there for the Northern Blues. Sock it out in the direction of Strawn, who dives on the ball. I'll have a ball up again, still in the middle of the ground.
Fasolo back in the middle for Northern too, Nick.
Up it goes again. Rendell will get to the ball first. Good clearance by Darcy Lang. It's going to fall favourably for the Northern Blues. Mark is taken by Jesse Palmer, whose kick is beautiful. To the man of the moment, Paddy Kerr.
Well, he hadn't done much before then, Jesse Palmer, but his effect on the contest there was second to none.
A beautiful kick. And Paddy Kerr, 35 out. Not a great deal of angle to worry about. But lining up for his third goal of the evening. Afternoon. Afternoon. Northern deserve a 2-goal buffer here. And Paddy Kerr gives him one. Paddy Kerr's got 3, and the Northern Blues are out to a 2-goal lead. 34 plays 22. He's been excellent again, Paddy Kerr. He's been excellent all year, really.
He has been. That's his 11th goal of the year. He goes up in the VFL goal-kicking table now. And he is the one for the Northern Blues today. He's been their main option up forward. We've travelled just over 9 minutes here in the second quarter. It was nice to see Jesse Palmer getting into the contest as well.
They're loving the smalls in the middle at the moment, Northern. For Solo, Lang, Paulson all rotating heavily. For Solo and Lang in there with Lynch at the moment.
So Phillips in the ruck again, gets the tap. Good handball by Lynch, but it's well intercepted by Freeman to Tupu. They work this one around by hand, Frankston. The kick comes to the outside. Blakey with a good defensive fifth. Palmer put his head over the football. Might have been taken without it. Umpire said play on. Jordan Lynch wheels on that right boot, top of the square. Kerr again, couldn't take it. Umpire's going to pay the mark to Frankston. They come outside here. The kick towards Newman, and he marks uncontested in front of Blakey, and he comes inside quickly. Good kick. Finds Fordham. Umpire calls him to play on, and he comes out to the outer side here. Kicks a good one. Finds Williams. Standing the mark, Kim LeBoy. Northern doing well just to hold them up here at half back, Frankston. The kick is a long one up towards centre wing. Coming out to meet it there was Bo Bailey. He's already kicked one goal in this second quarter. Frankston just being forced back here. Northern doing well. And this one will go over the boundary line and out of play. They did well to stop that switch there, Nick, Northern Blues.
It's been the tale of the day so far. Frankston, whenever they take a mark in the defensive side of the ground, they haven't really had any ability to go with any speed. When they have, they've put it on the scoreboard.
So Northern defending well when Frankston looked to go for that switch. Phillips in the ruck wins the tap. Frankston and Phillips did well, followed up his good early work and slammed the kick inside forward 50. Kerr's got front spot again, dives, couldn't take it, bounced for Solos there, throws it on the right boot. This ball comes back towards Lynch. Coming out to meet it was Paulson. Did well, was tackled immediately, and that's holding the ball. Good defensive tackle there by Frankston. And the free kick will go the way of Freeman. He moves it quickly. He finds Williams, Lachlan Williams, at true centre half back here. He comes out towards the broadcast side. Might have been a free kick against Goddard. It was. It's going to go the way of Riley Darcy. It's Frankston's leading goal scorer this year with 7. Goes short. Finds Cody Wilson here, tied up against the boundary line. Schumacher stands a mark right in front of the interchange gate. Travelled nearly 12 minutes of game time into this second quarter. Big fist from behind by Phillips. Lobe couldn't take it. Quick kick around the body by Styles inside forward 50. Silvani getting at the back, but doing well there was Tupu. He was tackled immediately, and we'll have a stoppage inside Frankston's defensive 50. Oh no, we're getting a free kick and a 50. Was that for a dangerous tackle or in the back or high? I'm not too sure what happened there.
Not too sure what happened there.
But Frankston are going to get a certain goal here. And it's going to go the way of Kingsbury, and he kicks his second.
Deliberate out of bounds was the free kick.
Deliberate out of bounds, okay.
And seemingly probably 50 for a bit of lip.
There we go. So I've had that one cleared up. And Frankston go to 4-4-28. And the Northern Blues are 5-4-34. And it's that man again, Jason Kingsbury, Nick.
He's had a good start.
He's got his second for the day.
Ex-Northern Blues boy.
So
it was a bit of a weird situation down in that forward pocket. It looked like the Northern Blues had thought the ball had gone over the line already. It hadn't, and they sort of just took it over. The umpire paid deliberate. Getting ready in the middle again. Tupu and Phillips will go at it. Perfect bounce by the umpire. Phillips got a hand to it. Northern Blues player looked like he was getting held there. Nothing paid. And that ball's not going anywhere. We'll have another bounce in the middle of the ground.
And Lobe's made the switch up forward for the Northern Blues.
Tupu wins the tap, but it's Northern who are going to get the clean clearance here through Lang. That kick doesn't favour Lobe. And a good mark taken in defence there. Was that Kingsbury in defence there? Miller, sorry.
Yep.
He switches out to Woodman. He's got a short option at the top. LeBoyce is going to put some pressure on. Kick to the wing is a poor one, and Darcy Lang's going to take the intercept mark. Doesn't have an obvious target, even a long one. Now there's a contest that's going to be Lobe if the ball can get there. He can't keep it in. Unfortunately, it's come off his boot. The big ruckman couldn't bend down fast enough. And so Frankston now get a chance to slow the game down.
Those 6'5" blokes are no good below their knees, Nick.
The cruise is pretty good.
Exception to the rule. Frankston drive it up towards half-back, but Schumacher, where Lang took that mark only moments ago, comes out in front of Locke and takes another intercept mark here for the Northern Blues. He goes into the pocket, and all on his own is Matthew Owis. And he's going to come around here. Umpire calls him to play on. This kick is a very, very wobbly one to the top of the square. For Solo went up, had it fisted away from him. Lachlan Williams at the fall of the ball, and a good tackle. Holding the ball, and it'll go the way of Fisher. Good forward half pressure by the Northern Blues. Lachlan Williams unaware of Fisher's presence, and he'll go back from about 30 metres out, slide angle, to give the Northern Blues their 6th goal of the game. Always did well to find space there to cause the entry, but Fisher comes in, keeps it low, and it goes across the face and through for a behind. So a let off there for Frankston. Northern Blues go to 5-5-35. Frankston 4-4-28.
Gordon will take the kick in for the Dolphins. He's going to go long to the contest. Schumacher has a good run at this one. Umpire's paid a free kick. It looks like it's going to Phillips. Blues have locked this one inside their forward half for a while now. That's almost 50-metre penalty for a second player on the mark there. Oh, Cam Polson's running into an open goal. It's a free kick going the way of Dylan Gordon, though, unfortunately, for the Northern Blues. And Frankston can reload here. Dangerous short option. Hits the target nicely in Williams. He's got Freeman on short, doesn't want to go there. Looks like he wants to go long to the contest again. Shoemaker and Phillips have done it so well today, and Shoemaker again. Takes a strong mark.
Has Schumacher put an X on that spot on the ground, Nick?
Oh, but the kick to Fasolo just didn't have enough speed on it. And we'll have a throw in. Yeah, he's been fantastic, Shoemaker, and he comes to the bench just as we're talking about him.
Yeah, not the best at kicks inside, but
Captain Keppel back on the ground.
Schumacher doing well there in that little 2-minute patch. Positioned his body well. And as you said before, Nick, Northern Blues locking this one inside their forward half. Lobe will do battle in the ruck. And he gets the front spot. Doing well there was Owis. He's had a bit of it this quarter. Fisher wheeling this one around his body. This could bounce through. Oh, it's bounced at right angles. It's done a wrong and it's gone through for one behind. And Frankston go to move this quickly. The kick out comes to Locke. Oscar White stands the mark, but Locke with a quick kick out wide to Zije, and it's well fisted away by Hill, and this will go over the boundary line and out of play. Smack bang on centre wing out of side here at Icon Park.
Unlucky not to have that mark paid there. We'll have a throw in right on the wing.
Northern Blues 5-6-36. Frankston 4-4-28.
It'll be Tutupu and Lobe going at it in the ruck. Wins the ball back down towards the boundary line. Quick kick comes forward for Frankston. That looks like it's going to get locked up again. Number of players around the ball there. We'll have a ball up right on the wing. 18 minutes played so far in this quarter. Locke kicks it inside 50. Northern have the number out the back, and that's well worked out.
That's his go, Josh Hill, Nick.
He's been good today, Josh Hill.
Peel off his man, come across and take the intercepting mark, Nick.
Using the ball out well. Now Wheeler. They look like they're just trying to take some speed out of this game. Blakey retreats to the goal square. And now they're coming out the other side here. That's a dangerous kick into the middle. Whew. Lucky to get away with that one there. For Solo. Again, deep in defence. Comes out wide to Stavro. Now they're trying to get some speed back into this. Stavro again on the wing. Bullet pass inboard to O'Rourke. They have one-on-ones inside 50 to Northern Blues. This is going to be a kick in the direction. Who was that? I missed that one anyway. As Lobe, the ruckman, works his way around it, feeds it out to Fisher, who misses, but a free kick has been paid.
Palmer's going to get the
Sorry,
free
Palmer,
kick.
not Fisher.
And it was Palmer earlier who...
Yes.
It was an almost moment for him.
My bad there, guys. But yeah, free kick to Palmer, 30 out directly in front.
Take 2 for Jesse.
Was knocked to the ground as he was kicking it. Umpires deemed it illegal. Frankston players not happy about it at all. To give the Northern Blues a bit of a buffer again. He's missed it.
I think he got too close to the man on the mark. He tried to poke it and then tried to kick it over the man on the mark. But
very smart by the Frankston player there. Took a few steps behind the mark. I'm not sure Fisher knew exactly where the mark was.
So Frankston 4-4-28, Northern Blues 5-7-37. The kick out comes to Styles.
Former Sydney listed player Angus Styles. Didn't play a game for them, unfortunately.
So he drives his kick up to the defensive side of the wing. Phillips did well to work his man under it. The fist came to LeBoy. He kicks it to the top of the square. Palmer's his target. Getting front spot there was the Frankston defender. Kerr pushed his opponent out of the way. Owies was in there too. Quick kick away by Woodman. Coming out there was Wheeler. He's going to try and put it back inside 50 for the Northern Blues. Handball back to Lang. And he goes on that left boot. The kick's over his intended target. And it's marked by the ruckman in Rendell. And he comes out and switches it towards his captain in Josh Newman. Newman short to Fordham. Umpire said not 15. They have to move it now, Frankston. Turnover. Keppel did well. Might have been taken without it. Umpire said no. Quick handball by Styles. Came the way of Mullane. And the quick handball now to Fordham. He drives it towards half forward. Getting back with Stavrou. Drop one he should have taken. Blakey was there to clean up the mess though. Good relieving kick. A short one to Schumacher. He comes inside with a kick to Wheeler.
He's owned that wing so far today, Angus Schumacher.
He has indeed. He wants the football back again, but Wheeler says, I'll go to Jordan Lynch, the tackling machine for the Northern Blues. He's here on centre wing. He's going to retreat to half back here. Stavrou, they look to switch this one towards the outer sides, fall into the lap of Silvani.
Might come back to where they just came from here.
Silvani comes out to Oscar White. Geez, it's a risky kick. Frankston are going to cause a turnover here. Bailey's going to go for his second this quarter, and the kick is across the face. Big let off there for the Northern Blues. Frankston go to 4-5-29. Northern Blues 5-7-37. Very lucky there, Northern Blues, Nick.
Bit too much error on that one from Silvani, but he'll take the kick in here, and that's another bit of a wobbler. Didn't go 15. Haven't hit a target in a while here, Northern Blues. And holding the ball paid. So it'll be a Frankston free kick inside 50. They'll have another shot for goal here to get it within a goal.
It's amazing how one little thing leads to a few others. That poor Ben Silvani kick, and now Frankston are going to go long inside 50 here. Quick kick on goal. It's going to trickle over the boundary line and how to play.
Phillips and Darcy are going to go at it in the ruck here. Phillips with a significant size advantage. It's Darcy who wins the ball out, gets a kick, goes pretty much nowhere. The Solos tried to claim the mark. It's gone about 3 metres. We'll have a ball up deep inside Frankston's forward half. 23 minutes gone so far in this second quarter. Blakey's going to clear the ball for the Northern Blues, but his kick's gone straight to Dylan Gordon. He's got an option out there. The Northern Blues defense converges. Now they should be able to clear this ball if they have some speed and run. Kick is good. Kerr will get it on the bounce. Nice half volley pickup. They've got numbers down at the back. The kick's got a bounce for Owies. It does, but it hits a shoe, and that works in the favour. Another smothered handball stifles the play. Good work breaking the tackle, but that's a great tackle as well by the Frankston player there. The free kick going to Woodman for a brilliant tackle there. Saved a shot on goal. They're looking to move the ball fast to the outside here. Strawn can't close them down fast enough. Another option just over the top is Corey Rich. Haven't called his name too many times today. Josh Hill's done a good job on him. Freeman calling for the ball behind the ball. Oh, that's a strong mark. Taken by Joshy Newman there. Now they'll go inside 50. They've got a couple of one-on-ones. Good getting in the way of the ball there was Goddard. Got a fingertip on it. Ball comes out towards the wing and well worked there by Fasolo, I believe. No, sorry, Stavdor to get the ball over the boundary line for a throw in.
Bit of a cagey affair here at the moment. Neither team really able to get away from each other.
Whenever they do get the ball in space, stuff's happening. There's just a lot of congestion around the ball at the moment.
So ball at half forward here for Frankston. Umpire tossing this one in. Phillips in ruck with Rendell. Good tackle here by Fisher on his opponent in Ridge. And the ball will force its way over the boundary line and out of play.
Fisher asking for why that wasn't holding the ball.
Umpire probably said no prior. Phillips and Rendell again. They'll continue hostilities.
He's been very good today, Rendell.
He has. He's battled well against Lobie and Phillips. Phillips with the front spot though. The tap might have been taken high there, Rich, by Lang. And there's going to be a free kick the way of Frankston for a push in the back. It's going the way of Wilson against Phillips. It's looking for options further afield here. Northern Blues camped in their defensive half. The kick comes to the pocket and Schumacher goes up. Drop what he probably should have taken, and a quick snap on goal there by Jarnstrom is across the face.
Stays in play.
Well tackled there with Silvani. Ball's pinging around there. Ends up in the hands of Fordham, and his kick on goal is marked by Goddard. Relieving mark there for the Northern Blues. Lang now in the back pocket.
They've got numbers out here if they go quickly.
Try and look to go quick, but Frankston doing well to slow things down. White in his second game for the Northern Blues, a Northern Knights boy. Finds Paulson.
Phillips has got a huge mismatch on Dylan Gordon here if they can get it in his direction.
And that's the way it goes. It goes up towards Phillips, and doing well was Newman. Newman outbodying his bigger opponent in Phillips, and the kick is a good one.
Newman, apologies, not Gordon.
He comes inside to Bailey, who's been lively in this second quarter for Frankston. Umpire calls him to go. He drives this one towards half forward. It's a good kick. Taking the mark is Riley Darcy. Marks in front of Schumacher. In the shadows of the stands here at Icon Park, he drives this to the top of the square. Big pack of players form. Stavru just retreating to Hill, and Hill under pressure. He'll force this one through for a rush behind. And Frankston go to 4-6-30, and that's the half-time siren. So just to recap the scores here, 5-7-37 the Northern Blues. Frankston 4-6-30, and neither team really able to gain any ascendancy in this one, Nick.
No, it's been a lot of congestion, a lot of slow play around the ball. Whenever the ball gets on the outside, we're seeing both teams able to do some damage and get in space and get the ball moving fast towards numbers inside 50. But unfortunately, we're seeing a lot of kick, mark not taken, or kick not hit the target. Congestion goes around the ball, and we ball it up.
Now, Patrick Kerr's continued his fine form this year with a good first half. He's kicked 3 goals. And,
yeah,
he looks like the match winner for the Northern Blues.
Looks like whenever they get the ball in his direction, when he's got some space, he's kicking goals.
And also for Solo, in a bit of a different role today rather than his sort of traditional forward role, sort of moving through the midfield and up the ground as well. What are your thoughts on Faz's game?
Spent a lot of time down back for Solo. It's been a bit interesting. He's basically just following the ball around at this stage.
Yeah, I've liked his game at the moment. He's been lively too. But yeah, I think, as we were saying before with Kerr, he looks like the one. And I think if Northern can get Jesse Palmer involved in the game as well, I think that'll go a long way into them winning the game. But we'll take a quick break here at half time. Round 7 clash. It's Northern leading at 5-7-37 to Frankston 4-6-30. We'll be back after this quick break. So welcome back here to the round 7 clash between the Northern Blues and Frankston. We're almost set for a start here in the second half at Icon Park. Northern leading at 5-7-37 to Frankston 4-6-30. And Nick Negropontis, you've got all the key statistics of this one in the first half.
Thank you, Paul Sebastiani. Nathan Freeman leading disposal getter on the ground at the moment with 14 for Frankston. Darcy Lang equaling him for the Northern Blues also with 14. Fordham 13 and Newman 13 as well, both been quite good for Frankston. Stavro 13 for the Northern Blues. He's gotten a lot of ball off half-back. Fisher's got 11. Kerr 9 and 3 goals has been one of the standouts as well. And we had to do a double take when we realised that Cam Paulson has only had 8 touches. Seems like he's been everywhere.
Is that confirmed? He's had, it looks like it.
Well, that's what the
8 touches. Yeah, no, he's had a good game though. I mean, we'll look at the numbers. I mean, he's had a good influence on the contest so far, coming off half-back and trying to provide some run and carry for the Northern Blues.
Fasolo's taken 8 marks from his 5 disposals.
He's been good. He's been good today.
Seen him around the ground, being used in the midfield and half-back, which is a bit not where you would expect Alex Fasolo to do his best work, but he's been quite good today.
So teams take their spots in the 6-6-6 formation to start the second half here. It's Northern leading it by 7 points. Been a tightly contested affair so far. Siren goes here for second half action. Phillips in the ruck with Rendell. Ball eluded both of them. Phillips has gone down. He might have copped a knock to the head. We'll get back to that one. Frankston work it up towards half forward. Strawn led the race though in front of Bailey. But Frankston end up getting the ball and it falls to Ferreira. He goes one way or the other. The kick is well intercepted by Wheeler.
Yeah, Phillips is looking quite groggy here. The trainers have come out to him in the middle of the ground.
Might have copped one to their head there. The ball comes out now to Fasolo. He's got a bit of time and space. He's got Fisher up further afield. Goes via hand right in front of the interchange gate. Fisher on his opposite boot. It's a good kick. And Kerr comes out, takes a strong mark.
Phillips heading forward here. Looks okay.
Thank you for that one. So Kerr drives this one.
He's going to get to the ball here.
Phillips' direction. He's at the back there, but getting in front.
And he's whacked the guy in the head.
Miller will get the free kick. So Phillips copped one earlier, and Phillips has returned the favour there, and he's given away a free kick to Miller. Inside defensive 50 here for Frankston. We've travelled almost a minute and a half here. No score to either team, 5-7 to 4-6.
Great
away the Northern Blues. Kerr, another mark to him, comes inside to O'Rourke. He's got Mason Blakey out for the switch, but he decides against that. Goes long up towards full forward. Lobe at the back takes the mark. He was the one. Lobe, third man up, takes it. And, oh no, there's going to be a free kick to Kerr here. I think he was infringed upon Kerr. It's going to go to the young Blues forward, and he's going to line up for his 4th goal, Nick. It was a marking infringement.
Yeah, didn't see it, but Lobe did well there to take a strong mark. That's what we need to see from him at this level, being a force in the ruck and also being able to provide a marking option inside 50, especially with Carlton playing two primary ruckmen in this team.
Kerr looking to get a bit more reward for effort here. Started this second half very well. And that's a lovely kick, Patrick Kerr. Straight through the middle, gets his 4th. And Northern Blues get off to a good start here in the second half there. 6-7-43. Frankston 4-6-30. And that was well done by the big man. He's now kicked 12 goals for the year for the Northern Blues and continues to climb up in the ranks of the VFL goal-kicking table.
The Blues bigs have been really good today so far. Phillips, Lobe and Kerr also, in terms of just being able to mark the ball at every stoppage. The Frankston backline has struggled a bit.
That was the advantage that was spoken about before the game. That's where we thought that they'd have a big advantage, and they've been able to utilise that so far.
So it will be Cottrell, sorry, not Cottrell, I keep saying Cottrell, Rendell and Phillips. Phillips, who got shepherded by the umpire. Now we'll have it thrown up here, called it back. Phillips nearly just completely bowled over the umpire. They go again. Phillips puts it down Darcy Lang's throat. Unfortunately, he fumbled it. A throw has been paid. It'll be a free kick to the Northern Blues. Going the way of Sam Fisher. Goes short, hits Lang. Shoemaker misses the handball back to Fisher, puts him under a bit of pressure, has to go on the left. It's a good kick out wide. Finds Blakey, wants to give it by hand, will now just pump it inside 50, which has worked for the Northern Blues today. That favours the Frankston backline. Free kicker has been paid here, it's going to Frankston.
Against Palmer, Nick.
Yep. So Frankston now have the chance. Get some play going on. No, Mark has been spilt. Handball in ball to Owies. Gets a kick to him, but he was being brought down as he was. And Frankston happy to see that one over the line. No, they've kept it in here, Northern, and the snap on goal.
Darcy Lang.
Darcy Lang gets the goal here for the Northern Blues. Not sure why they didn't just push that one through for a rush behind Frankston instead. They've conceded the second goal early in the third quarter, and now the Northern Blues lead 49-30. Pushing out, they've controlled most of this game. The Northern Blues and are starting to get some reward for effort on the scoreboard.
Yeah, 2 quick goals to start the second half. That's just what the doctor ordered. We've travelled just under 5 minutes here. Darcy Lang, one of those players who's been required to step up in the absence of Tom Wilson and Frank Anderson, and the co-captain has obliged to his task and kicked his side's second goal in the second half. Northern now with a handy buffer. Lobe in the ruck with Rendell. Rendell won the tap. Fouled away Ferreira. Long clearing kick inside forward 50. Leading the race out there was Blake. He did well, and coming out to help his troopers there was Hill. The kick across goal. Geez, that's very dangerous. A poor kick. And Locke takes the intercepting mark, and he is going to look to answer back immediately for Frankston. They worked it out well there, Northern Blues, but the kick coming across goal, very dangerous from Hill, and Locke read it like a book.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see deep in defence. They kick to a contested situation at the top of the goal square.
So Locke, 20 metres out, no angle, and he snuck this one home. Locke gets his first of the day, and Frankston's first of the second half. And they go to 5-6-36. Northern Blues 7-7-49, and they just can't seem to get away from the Northern Blues, Nick. They're just they're plucking away Frankston at the moment.
Punishing him on turnover as well, but that's I'm not trying to get some eyes on Josh Fraser up in the box here. I'm not sure he'd be too happy about that one.
And Hill's being dragged immediately as well. Yeah, straight off the ground.
We can't see the phones, but I'm sure they'll be ringing down there. Stavro coming back on, heading into defence. So we'll be Lobe again with Rendell in the middle of the ground. Lobe gets up high, gets the tap down. Ferreira gets the clearance again for Frankston. He's been good so far in this game. Locke overruns it. Ball comes out towards the far side. Northern Blues get a clearance there through Wheeler, who's brought down. We'll have a ball up right on the 50 for Frankston. Might have been a bit of a momentum swing at that last one. Ruckman go at it again. Free kick has been paid. It's going to Lobe against Rendell. He's got a short option in the middle of the ground. Lang has some space now. Another excellent kick for Solo. Handball Fisher, and Fisher moves the ball beautifully. The mark is taken by Ben Silvani inside 50.
That was really, really good transition there off half-back from the Northern Blues. Lobe won the free kick, moved it quickly. Lang presented, and they didn't wait around. They moved the ball quickly via foot, and the ball is ended up with Silvani.
Ben Silvani, his brother Jack, struggles from set shots a bit, and that's going to miss to the right-hand side. Looks like he's been moved forward in the second half, Ben. Maybe trying to take advantage of how the Talls are playing so far for the Northern Blues.
So just over 8 minutes into this second half. Northern Blues 7-8-50. Frankston 5-6-36, and a free kick is going against Woodman. Against Darcy, I think.
Studs in the back.
Studs in the back. Goddard with the kick inside forward 50. Big pack of players forms. Good fist over the top by Gordon, but retreating and finding the ball was Wheeler. He wheels around on his left boot. Big pack forms again. Quick handball out to Newman. He gets a relieving kick Out to Locke, steps inside one, and on that left boot drives a long kick up towards Bo Bailey. He's got plenty of paddock. He's got a paddock to run into here. Goddard in hot pursuit. Sorry, that was Strawn. Getting back though was Blakey. Good defensive fist, but the ball's going to fall to Frankston, and I think we're going to get a free kick to Blakey. He was pushed in the back, and he doesn't look in a good way here, Mason Blakey. He sort of tunnelled under the football as he went up to spoil it. On his haunches, he'll get the free kick. He's back up and about. That was courageous from Blakey.
Saved a certain goal there, Mason Blakey.
Comes across goal here, finds Oscar White. Standing the mark is Darcy. Quick handball to Strawn. Had to find his left boot. He did. It came off the outside of his boot. Wheeler had the ball fisted away from him. Ball comes to Freeman, to Rendell, back to Freeman. Good pressure by Wheeler. And there's going to be a free kick to Frankston, but umpire calls play on. Comes out to Fordham. He's got players lining up here inside forward 50. It's a good kick. Blakey couldn't get to his opponent, and it's marked by Corey Rich. And he'll have a shot from just inside forward 50.
He's the danger man for Frankston today. Been a bit quiet in that first half.
He needs to lift if Frankston are a sniffer win in this game. Blakey just made his way from the field, so we'll keep an eye on him. Looked a bit groggy getting up after that contest before, but ball in the hands of Corey Rich. Trots in. Shot on its way. It's working its way back. It's a good goal. And the reigning Frankston best and fairest winner gets one on the scoreboard. His first of the day. And Frankston moved to 6-6-36, 6-6-42. And the Northern Blues are 7-8-50.
Northern Blues kicked 2 goals to start the third quarter. Frankston immediately responding with 2.
It's a real arm wrestle at the moment. Again, as we said, neither team really able to gain the ascendancy in this one at the moment. Ebbs and flows.
Back to where we started it at half-time. It'll be Phillips going at it with Tupu in the middle. Bounce in the middle. Tupu wins it down. Paulson lays a good tackle. Ball's forced out the back towards Ferreira, bounces away from him. Tries to force his way through the middle, and they've done well here, Frankston. Kick comes inside 50, one-on-one's there. It's going to, if it gets out the back, they were in trouble. But an excellent mark by Angus Shoemaker. Heads out wide to Cottrell at half-back.
Going to be quiet, Cottrell, Nick.
Yep, but he has a chance to get the Blues moving forward here. Sorry, bit of a tongue twister there. Now they have the ball on the wing. Cottrell's run on, gets the ball here again. The slow movement has favoured the Northern Blues so far today. That kick inside 50 is spoiled away. Out towards the wing. Cottrell's going to have to go get a third disposal here. Can't keep it in. And we'll have a throw in on the wing.
I noticed Kim LeBoy was around that contest. He's got to get himself into the game. I know first game back for this season off a hamstring injury, so hopefully he can work his way into this match. Interesting to note he might be on restricted game time as well.
Throw in again. Lowy wins his way to the front, hits it back towards the boundary line. Lang has time to hit a target. Unfortunately, the kick goes out of bounds on the full.
So Frankston will get the free kick here. Inside their forward pocket, short kick by Max Williams. Finds his captain in Newman. He goes back to where that ball came from, finds Cody Wilson. Northern Blues trying to camp this one in their forward half. They're set up well defensively and they force Wilson long up the line. Getting front spot there was White. Tupu came through. Coming through to meet it was Turnbull. Quick handball out. Now Frankston with a relieving kick. They come out and the ball is with Fordham. Umpire said play on here. Quick handball came out now to Lachlan Williams. He drives it up towards half forward. Stavro with the fist. And getting back with a relieving kick. A lovely kick by Cottrell. And this has really opened up the play now for Strawn. He's got Kerr up further afield. That's where he goes. Bounces in front of the big forward. He's got Phillips in support. Looks to U-turn, and the kick towards the pocket. It's going to bounce in front of Owies, and it'll go over the boundary line. And out of play here, where the 50-metre arc meets the boundary.
He worked that one out there, Paddy Kerr.
Smart kick.
Smart kick, didn't blaze away, didn't kick back into the middle.
So 7-8-50 to 6-6-42. 14 minutes gone in this second half. Contest forms around this one. We'll have another stoppage. We'll have it balled up here. Right on the 50-metre sign at half forward for the Northern Blues. Lobe in the ruck again with Tutupu Ferreira. He's had a couple of clearances this quarter. A big left foot kick up towards the middle of Icon Park. Getting back to chase it there was Corey Rich. Beat White to the football. Retreats via hand. This a long kick inside forward 50. Riley Darcy's out the back there. Stavru taps it towards his own goal. Taps it back again. That was well done by Marcus Stavru. He was under pressure from two Frankston forwards and rushed it through for one behind him. Frankston go to 6-7-43. Northern Blues 7-8-50.
Kick in comes quickly to Darcy Lang, who's been everywhere so far today, really leading that midfield unit. He comes out towards Kerr and Lobe. Lobe's opponent fell over and he takes a strong mark. They've got numbers on over the top if they can move it quickly here. That kick comes towards two Northern Blues players who spoil each other. Kerr had that mark wrapped up and was spoiled from behind by Wheeler. And that could be a dangerous tackle here. Yep, free kick has been paid to Frankston. Going the way of Nathan Freeman, who's now going to sprint off with the 50-metre penalty. The Northern Blues player just needs to get out of the way, unless he wants to give away a second 50. Darcy Lang marks the mark, but that's a good kick by Nathan Freeman, who took full advantage of being able to sprint off from the 50. And he's hit a target inside 50.
I like the intent from Lynch there, but you've got to understand that the umpires are red hot with those dangerous tackle free kicks now, Nick.
Yeah, and Kerr and Wheeler going up for the same mark, where Kerr clearly called for the ball and clearly had it won. Anyway, it'll be Angus Styles lining up for goal for Frankston.
It's a good mini fight back here from Frankston as well.
Just to bring it back to a single-digit margin. The kick is away to the left. And the Northern Blues get away with one there. Shoemaker will take the kick in. Stavro gives him a short lead, but he goes long in the direction of Lobe and Keppel. Keppel gets a hand to it, and we'll have a throw in at half back for the Northern Blues.
So 6-8-44 Frankston, Northern Blues 7-8-50. Lobe gets front spot in the ruck contest. Paulson in there, was wrapped up. That's got to be a free kick, and it is. Holding the man. That's against the Tupu. Cameron Paulson chips this one up towards centre wing, and this will go out of bounds on the full. And Frankston.
Seems like he's dealing with a bit of a glare issue, kicking with right into the sun.
So Frankston with a bit of momentum up here. Kick from Woodman finds Blake Mullane. Right on centre wing here, broadcast side at Icon Park. He darts one into the middle. That's a lovely kick as well. Finds Dylan Gordon. Right in the middle of the ground. He kicks a short one in. That's a lovely kick as well. And he finds the lead of Rich. Will be a little bit too far out here. Umpire calls him to play on. He goes short, kicks into the man on the mark. That was Schumacher, who's done well defensively. Handball by Fasolo. Lang tries to feign the handball. He had to retreat. Goes back to Fasolo. Quick handball into Paulson. Paulson tries to take him on. Evades one tackle. Kick towards half forward. Bounced in front of Kerr. He fumbled the football. Frankston getting back in numbers. And a good tackle here from Kerr. Umpire's going to call holding the ball. No genuine attempt from the Frankston defender. And a 50. And a 50-metre penalty. And it's going to be a fait accompli here for Patrick Kerr. He'll kick his 5th of the day.
Well, it was a brilliant build-up to that situation there from the Northern Blues. Cam Paulson has just been electric in the middle of the ground.
Zipped through the middle there. Maybe might have found that spot. Well, he was recruited.
He was
as
recruited
a midfielder
as an outside mid.
Correct.
Has been playing as a deep pressure forward. Struggles to find the footy at AFL level in that role, but has been unleashed in the midfield today with a few absences.
So Paddy Kerr, point blank range. Kicks his fifth. And Northern Blues just get a steadier here. They go to 8.856. And Frankston a 6.844.
That play involving probably most of the better players on the ground. Lang, Kerr, Paulson, Fisher among them for the Northern Blues. Shoemaker as well has been excellent.
And that had been the struggle, I think, on transition as well for Northern during this game. They're able to get that ball at half back, but just sometimes those little handballs just letting them down, a few fumbles there. They were under pressure, but were able to sort themselves out with some clean use of the football.
Good to see Kim LeBoyce playing some time in the midfield here, starting on the wing. So it'll be Phillips and Rundell in the middle. Bounce goes high. Phillips wins it with his Falcon. Absolutely sconed that one forward. Northern look like they're going to get the clearance here. Phillips feeds a handball out wide, saw someone in space, slapped the ball onto Cottrell, who can now put the ball inside 50 with a beautiful kick to the leading player.
Is that Falcon going to go down on the stat sheet?
Does that count as a hit out? Captain Kane Keppel, co-captain for today in Tom Wilson's absence. Unfortunately, he's torn his ACL and will miss the rest of the season. Keppel, to give Northern a bit of a lead, has missed everything that's gone across the face and it's stayed in play. Dangerous spot on the ground for Frankston here. Trying to force the ball through for a behind. Silvani, I believe, has kept it alive. We'll have a ball up essentially on the goal line. Interesting to see Silvani used deep in attack. A lot of congestion around the ball. Frankston to get the clearance though. Comes out in the direction of Rich, who takes a strong mark. His kick is overcooked. Intercept mark taken for the Northern Blues there. Dangerous kick inboard, but it pays off. Phillips in the middle of the ground can feed the ball backwards here, and now out towards Mason Blakey on the wing. Frankston go forward here. This is a big contest for Stavro. Ball gets out the back. Well worked there. And that kick's going to fade away to the right, but they've got a chance to mark it here in the goal square. Blakey might have been tunneled there, but it's going to be all clear for one behind. Apologies, that was got up. So now Hill will take it out from fullback. He's got Stavro in the pocket if he wants him. He's going to come out long to the ruckman. Phillips has a one-on-one, uses his strength. The ball comes out the back to Rendell. He's brought to ground. Gordon, he's wrapped up. Out of bounce.
So Northern Blues 8.856, Frankston 6.945. Rendell and Phillips in ruck again. Phillips a tap. Swarm of players around this one. Good tackle by Schumacher, caused a turnover. Now the ball ends up falling the way of Frankston. Freeman stepped inside one, got a clearing kick towards half forward. Front spot there was Bailey. Might have been taken over the shoulder. Umpire said no. Blakey with a good defensive tackle. Oscar White in there as well. We'll have a stoppage at half forward, right half forward here for Frankston. Northern Blues leaded by 9 points. Phillips and Rendell again. Phillips with the tap. Lang might have taken his opponent high. Umpire said he wasn't taken high. We'll have another stoppage here at half forward for Frankston. Phillips front spot again. Another tap for him. O'Rourke with a quick handball and Lang with the clearing kick towards centre wing. Doing well there was Palmer, but a quick pick up by Frankston. They drove it inside forward 50, and Hill, good defensive spoil, came off his man, read the ball well in the air and fisted it over the boundary line and out of play. We've travelled nearly 24 minutes into this third quarter. It'll be Phillips in the ruck with Tutupu. Ball inside Frankston's 50. They're kicking to this legend stand end. Phillips front spot again, got the tat. Lynch was immediately tackled. And we'll have yet another stoppage. Tutupu front spot, quick tap. LeBoy playing on the ball in this second half. And we'll do it all again. It's like we're just pressing pause, play, repeat, rewind, go again. Phillips and Tutupu. And we're finally going to have something paid where we're going to get a clearing kick, and it's going the way of Phillips. He'll get a free kick for a high in the ruck. He comes across goal, finds Goddard. He goes into the pocket. This is over the head of Stavrou. Coming in to force the spoil and doing it well was Kingsbury. And Northern looked out there, but Frankston did well to lock them in. And we'll have yet another stoppage inside Frankston's forward 50, camping this ball inside their forward half for the last handful of minutes here.
Phillips and Tutupu will do battle again for the 5th or 6th time in this little passage of play. Neither ruckman really got a hand on it. Phillips belts it forward in the direction of Fisher, who then hits a short target. Now Northern can take a deep breath if they want. Lobe gets close to the man on mark, but still gets a good kick away. Forward of the ball, great contest there at half forward. Frankston now have the ability to clear the ball, but that's coming back to a wave of Northern Blues players who all got in each other's way, but they've got a free kick here. Shoemaker now on the wing. He's been excellent today, Angus Shoemaker. He goes short. Oh, mark's been dropped by Mason Blakey. Shoemaker works it out anyway, gets the kick inside 50. Ball hits the ground and the umpire's paid a free kick going to the Northern Blues
in the back,
inside
Nick.
50.
In the back.
Keppel again will have a second set shot for the Northern Blues. Again, co-captain today with Darcy Lang. Keppel a chance to give the Blues a nice little lead here heading towards three-quarter time. He's kicking from 40 metres out directly in front. Makes the umpire work, and he's missed to the right. Inaccurate day so far for the Northern Blues from set shots. He's cost them what could be a pretty handy lead at the moment.
So Northern go to 8-7-57, Frankston 6-9-45. Kick in to be taken by Newman. It's a good one. He finds Freeman, and he goes back to his captain. He goes short. Geez, not the best at kicks, but they try to work it out well. A good tackle there by Keppel. They stop that forward movement of Frankston. And now it's going to be Northern Blues' chance to try and lock it inside their forward half.
Darcy Lang, the leading disposal getter on the ground with 21 so far.
Thank you. Lobe with the tap. Ferreira, quick handball out to Freeman. He's had a fair bit of it today. Clearing kick up towards centre wing, out of side. Leading the race was Blakey. Stood, picked it up. Quick handball out. Was okay to Cottrell. He got a handball to Owies. And that ball is too close to the boundary line and out of play. We'll have it tossed in. Just the attacking side of the wing here for the Northern Blues. Frankston had a bit of the play early there in that quarter. Well, for about that 5-minute patch recently. But Northern Blues wearing that forward press and absorbing the pressure, and now they've got their chance to try and hit the scoreboard, moving the ball forward. Umpire tosses this in. Lobe tried to get front spot, worked to it, got a quick little handball to O'Rourke. His kick around the body wasn't great. Ended up in the hands of Newman. He wheeled on that right boot up towards half forward. Big pack of players formed. Doing well was Goddard at the fall of the ball. Found Cottrell on that left boot, which is his opposite. The kick went up towards Keppel. Coming out to meet it was Hiscock. He got a quick handball back to Gordon, who was tackled immediately, wrapped up. And a good tackle there by Fisher. He's worked his way into the game well, Sam Fisher. About a kick and a half away from home. He's going to launch it up towards the top of the square. Phillips and Keppel his target. Keppel front spot, couldn't take it. Lobe doing the roving work. LeBoy was too hot for him to handle. And we're going to get a hold. It's going to go the way of Frankston against Kim LeBoy. And taking the free kick is Robert Turnbull.
They're looking to move the ball quickly here, Frankston, but they get held up again. It's what Northern Blues have done so well today. Newman's kick is a good one. Finds Ferreira. He's had an excellent day so far today. That's a dangerous kick into the middle of the ground to a contested situation. That's a huge mark. Take it in the middle of the ground. They want to move the ball quickly here, but the handball puts his teammate under immediate pressure and causes a hack kick towards the 50. Darcy Lang's just got to pray and sit under this ball. But Frankston player's taking the mark.
Looks like it's Tutupu, Nick. He's going to have a shot after the siren.
He's going to have to kick it all at 55. Little kid's already come onto the ground. Might want to just wait a second. Still got a kick to come. He's going back a fair way. Looks like he's loading up for a barrel. Skips in. Unloads it towards goal. It doesn't look like it's going to have the legs. Andrew Phillips does well to make sure it doesn't. And that is 3/4 time here at Icon Park. Northern Blues lead 8-7, 57 to the Frankston Dolphins 16-45.
Well, I thought Northern were going to get away in that quarter. They looked ominous in the early part of that second half and were just able to shift the momentum back in their direction, and we're set for a good final quarter here. There's only just under 2 goals in it.
We'll get a quick break out of the way and we will be back with the 4th quarter. Northern Blues leading by 2 goals.
So final quarter action about to get underway here at Icon Park. It's the Northern Blues leading it at three-quarter time, 8-7-57 to Frankston, 6-9-45. And Nick, you've got the leading disposal getters for both teams.
Yep, for the Northern Blues, Darcy Lang leading on disposal getter on the ground with 21 and a goal. Fisher's got 17. Kerr's got 14 and 5 goals. Shoemaker and Stavro also have 14. O'Rourke 13. As for Frankston, Newman 21, Freeman 20, Fordham 16, Ferreira 15 and a number of, and Gordon 13.
Players taking their spots. It'll be interesting to see who bobs up as the match winner for either side. Corey Rich for Frankston's been a little bit down today. He could be the one that steps up for Frankston in the last quarter. So it'll be Phillips and Rendell in the ruck, as they've done so all day. Underway here in the last quarter. Phillips with the first tap. Lang may have forced his opponent in the back. No, umpire's going to say a hold. And the first clearance will go the way of Frankston. It'll go the way of Ferreira, and a 50. A 50 against Phillips.
Gave the ball back to Darcy Lang, unfortunately. Not sure what he was thinking there.
So Lang was quick to sprint back onto the mark, and Ferreira was trying to make use of that 50-metre penalty, but he'll go back and have the shot. So not the start the Northern Blues wanted. Ferreira, who's been lively all day for Frankston in the heart of midfield, and this to have a real influence on the contest. Trots in 35 metres out. His kick is just fading, but it's swung back. He's kicked the goal, snuck it home, and Frankston get the first of the final quarter. They go to 7-9-51. Northern Blues 8-7-57. And it's never a good time to give away a 50-metre penalty, but not when the game's on the line, Nick.
Not sure what Andrew Phillips was thinking there. Clear free kick was paid. Umpire pointed in the right direction, and he just gave the ball straight back to Darcy Lang for some reason.
And a good reward for Ferreira as well. He's been good all day in midfield for Frankston.
He's got a chance to make amends here, Phillips, in the middle. Players out there having a bit of trouble with the glare. A lot of them have their hands to their face. Bounce in the middle. Favours Phillips. He sticks the knee out, wins the tap down. Ferreira again looks like he's going to get the clearance, uses his strength. Kick comes to half forward for Frankston. Blakey's just going to pound that to the line. Could be deliberate if he doesn't get there. He got a finger on it. Umpire's going to say throw in. If that had skipped to the boundary line a little bit faster, it might have been a deliberate against.
I think we're all on the edge of our seats waiting for that, I think.
Mason Blakey. Phillips and Rendell will go at it again. Sorry, it's Tutupu. Shoemaker gets the clearance and gets crunched in the tackle immediately afterwards. A lot of congestion around the ball there. O'Rourke's in there for the Northern Blues. Frankston have the numbers on the outside if they can win it out. That was Williams. Kick comes in the direction of Fisher, who's tackled but gets a handball away. And Cottrell has to sit under the ball and gets crunched by Newman. It looks okay though, Cottrell. As Frankston go forward and we'll have a throw in inside 50 for them. That was brave from Cottrell. Had to stand there and just take the contact.
Really well done by Cottrell.
So we'll have a throw in inside 50 for Frankston. A goal here would level the scores. The Northern Blues have dominated all day. Ben Silvani looks like he's doing some run-throughs on the bench. Front spot Phillips. Northern trying to get a clearance out there. Doesn't look like they're going anywhere though. We'll have another stoppage inside 50.
Paddy Kerr's also getting some work on those calves as well, so he's one that'll come onto the ground later on. Ball works its way up to half back here for the Northern Blues. Fisher, quick little handball. Keppel may have been taken high. Umpire said no. The scrubby kick forward's going to favour Lobie. He looks for some support. He's tackled immediately. Fisher was there to help him out, but the ball will trickle over the boundary line and out of play here. Half forward for the Northern Blues. They were able to gain some territory through that play.
If they were clean there, Fasolo was all on his own inside 50.
He could be the one that bobs up. He's pushed forward, deep forward for Solo. Just under 4 minutes of game time. We've travelled here in this final quarter. Tutupu did well, got the ball down. to Angus Stozzi. Was tackled immediately though, and turnover. Now it falls to Darcy Lang. He winds up, goes in the Phillips direction, but getting back there, it's all Frankston, and the mark dropped by Max Williams.
And fell over.
And Palmer, the opportunistic handball. Ball's going to come out to Gordon though. Frankston going to try and clean this one up. Just a shocking kick. Goddard led the race, but it's going to fall up and end up okay for Frankston. Good tackle there by Stavrou. Both teams trying to get numbers around the ball. Hill cleans up the mess. Quick kick around the body. He's got Keppel out there. Grabs it at half forward, and the short kick, good one. We called his name earlier for Solo, bobs up. He marks it 40 metres out. Tight angle, out of side here. Geez, I thought Frankston were almost a certainty to get that ball out on the outside. Just some poor decision making and some poor execution.
They did look like they were out there for a second.
The turnover is going to lead to a shot here for Fazolo. He trots in. Just stabs at this one. This is not even going to make the distance. Phillips goes up, had front spot, couldn't take it. Always was there at the fall of the ball, and the kick off the ground by Phillips has worked its way through. And a relieving goal there for Northern. They go to 9-7-63. And Frankston 7-9-51. Good goal by the big man. Did very well there. Got himself into the front spot. Ball hit the deck, followed up his good work. And an instinctive goal by Phillips.
He owed his team one there, Phillips.
He did. Makes amends for the 50-metre penalty and goal he gave away earlier.
Silvani back on the ground going forward, as is Patrick Kerr. So Northern going big again inside 50. Lobe in the middle there with Tatupu. Crucial moment in the game this. Lobe will win the tap down, but again Frankston get the clearance. They've been on top in the clearances all day, you'd imagine. Defensive mark not paid. Lock is in there, but now Northern look like they're going to have some speed on the outside. Lang just kicks a mongrel punt in the direction of Palmer, who takes the mark and feeds it to Blakey, who's being forced wide by a Frankston player. Kick up the wing towards Silvani, doesn't favour him. He does well to spoil from behind. He's going to get. He's done well there, Silvani, and he wins the ball back to Palmer, whose kick inside 50 looks like it should get to the boundary line, and it does. Fasolo has pushed him in the back, and it's going to be a free kick against Fasolo going to Dylan Gordon.
Didn't need to do that. The ball was going to go out. They would have had a stoppage there, Nick.
Yeah, agreed. Now Dylan Gordon has a chance to reload for Frankston. His kick comes to the wing, comes out the back. Lobe will get there first. Looks like he wants the boundary line, and he'll get it. Throw in right in front of the interchange bench. Mason Blakey coming back on the ground. It'll be Lobe and Tatupu again. In it goes. Tatupu to the front spot, wins it down. O'Rourke feeds it to Cottrell. Kick favours Kerr, can't quite get to him. Phillips was poleaxed in that context. He gets back up. Handball comes to Fisher, whose kick inside 50 is going to be marked in defence by Woodman. Woodman goes short. He's got options short. Styles can play on here if he wants. He does. His kick is smothered though. Ran out of room. Fisher's handball over the top to a contested situation doesn't work. Silvani couldn't get there, and now another clearing kick by Frankston, but should come straight back. Cottrell takes the mark. Wants to go inboard, doesn't have an option. He has Kerr short. If he wants him, he's going to go long and inside 50 as well. Silvani's there. He's going to have to get there. He doesn't. Frankston player dropped the mark. Got to work their way out here through hands. Frankston, the Northern Blues are set up quite well. Paddy Kerr just had his head taken off. Not paid, and now he's going to get pinged for holding the ball.
Was over the line.
The ball was definitely over the line. I don't think the umpire saw it.
Our angle up here is perfect, and that ball was over the line by a fair way.
So Paddy Kerr had his head taken off, then the ball went out of bounds, and then he paid holding the ball. So we'll have a throw-in, is the end result of all of that.
Common sense prevails.
Paddy Kerr shaking his head, not quite sure why he didn't get a free kick there. Umpire might have been blindsided. Lobe will go at it in the ruck here with Tatupu, again, who just grabs it out of the ruck. His handball to a player who's immediately tackled. Lock runs into trouble, taken high by Silvani. Okay, he's won the free kick for holding the ball. So Ben Silvani has the ball 55 from home. Isn't quite sure whether to go for it. Darcy Lang just tells him to take his time. But instead, he gives it all he's got to the forward pocket, and defensive mark taken right on the goal line.
So Frankston will move it quickly. They come out to the opposite forward pocket, and in hot pursuit there was Wheeler. Good tackle on Fordham. They cause a turnover here. Ball falls to Lang. Palmer's got a heap of time. He finds Fasolo, and Fasolo takes the mark. He looked to play on, but umpire said, no, go back on your mark.
He absolutely wanted to play on there, Alex Fasolo. His last set shot was pretty poor.
Good defensive pressure there from Wheeler.
Yes, very good chase.
Cause a turnover. Lang smart there, found Palmer, and Palmer to Fasolo, and Fasolo with the shot on goal, and he's kicked it. Fasolo kicks his first of the day, and Northern skip along now.
We saw this against North Melbourne as well, finishing strong, kicking goals to break away late from the Northern Blues.
So Northern go to 10-9-69. Frankston 7-9-51. We've travelled just over 10 minutes in this last quarter. For Solo, bit of reward for effort there. He's had a good day today. I thought he's been playing up the ground as well, and
had a bit of a different role and has played more as a key forward last week. Bounce in the middle. Loby's favoured by the bounce. Lang in space. Brought to ground. Soccer off the ground. Goes towards the 50 for the Northern Blues. They've got a chance here. Fisher puts on the Jets. And he's spearing ball inside 50. Just goes over the head of Kerr. And Frankston look like they're going to be able to work it out. Newman. Kick comes out. They need a mark here, Frankston. They just need to be able to stop the Northern Blues from creating a wall at half back, which they've done so well all day. Cottrell lays a great tackle, but Locke gets on the end of it. He's brought to ground. And another swarm of players around the ball. Umpire takes his time before calling for it. It's almost a win for Frankston. They haven't been able to get through the wall all day, so a stoppage where they've been quite good. They're going to win it here again. Comes out the back towards Freeman. He comes in board. That's a dangerous kick. Frankston look like they're going to be able to work it out here. They've got Locke in space if they can hit the target. He does. Took a few steps, but has gone back and now has a handball on over the top. They can go inside 50 here. They've got options everywhere. And they'll have a shot 45 out.
Smart kick
directly
from
in front.
ZJ. He saw the one-on-ones long and was able to just pull the kick and find his intended target there.
Yep, Robert Turnbull. He'll line up 45 out from goal. They had options everywhere there, Frankston, and they've done well to end up with this set shot just to keep them alive, keep them in it. Turnbull needs to go back and slot this. Gets close to the man on the mark, but he's kicked the goal anyway. Turnbull gets the goal for Frankston. They bring it back to a 2-goal game. 69 plays 57.
They just don't go away, Frankston.
No.
They're just keeping in the contest.
They've been dogged all day.
Just every time Northern seem to gain the ascendancy, Frankston are able to pick the margin back and keep themselves in it. It's all on the back of what you said, Nick, the ability to be able to win clearances in tight. They've done well in that department, considering that they've had a disadvantage in the ruck with Phillips and Loby being.
You can feel
dominant.
the absence of Wilson and Anderson so far in this game, just in the middle.
So we're back in the middle here. Riley Darcy to go up in the ruck against Loby. Loby wins a tap. O'Rourke wins the clearance. Scrubbers a kick inside forward 50. Good pick up by Fasolo. Hoey's just dropped the ball at a critical moment. Locke came in there. We'll get a stoppage inside forward 50. Or no, the umpire's going to ping someone for holding the ball. It's going to go against Owies for sitting on top of the football and not making an attempt, and the free kick will go the way of Locke. His handball comes to Newman. A darting kick outside defensive 50 comes to Liam Hiscock. He goes short over the top. And now Frankston through Cody Wilson. Short kick. Finds Riley Darcy. He unloads, goes towards the top of the square. Schumacher in prime position. He got up, couldn't take it. Blakey was there at the fall of the ball, was tackled immediately by Rich. And we'll have a ball up inside Frankston's forward 50. Big chance for Owies there to really capitalise on some good forward movement and good craft by Fasola, but just fell at a crucial moment. And now Frankston get their opportunity up inside their forward half. The Rucks go at it. He'll try to barge his way through, was tackled by about 3 or 4 Frankston defenders. And we'll do it all again.
Really crucial moment here.
Plenty of plays around this one. Rendell got the tap. Coming through was Ferreira. He's looking for that trusty left boot of his. He swings around and snaps it towards goal, and this will go over the boundary line and out of play. Right next to the behind post here. Frankston attacking to the right-hand side of your screen.
Only 7 players not inside 50 for Frankston right now.
All 36 players on the field camped inside the Frankston forward half. 15 minutes gone in this final quarter. Loby's given away a free kick for a hold. And the free kick is going to go the way of Rendell, I believe. Loby's sort of explaining to the umpire why it shouldn't have been a free kick, but I think it was Ernie.
Well, it's a ruck infringement free kick. You could toss a coin and come up with 3 different answers.
So, so Frankston to get the margin to an even goal. Rendell battled well all day, comes in and he kicks the goal. And the Frankston fans get up and about for that one. 9-9-63 Frankston. Northern still lead at 10-9-69, but Frankston with a bit of momentum now heading into this final part of the final quarter.
Again, just as we thought, Northern Blues were kicking away. Frankston's found a couple of goals, kept themselves in it. We're back to a single kick, and anything can happen.
It's been that type of day, just momentum swings, and you know, I think just the Northern Blues midfield have just sort of struggled to really adapt to the loss of Anderson and Wilson at the moment. But Alosio Ferreira has been fantastic for Frankston.
Lynch manning him at this stoppage. This is going to be a big one for him. Phillips went up, brought it down. Northern trying to force the ball forward, and they do through a scrubby handball. Ends up with Lynch, and that's a good use of the footy. He goes across ground. Doesn't look like he thinks he can make the distance from here. It's going back a fair way. Wheeler kicked 3 last week again. Sorry, 2 weeks ago against the Roos. He's given that everything, and he's kicked the goal. Just when the Northern Blues needed one, Wheeler steps up and kicks a big goal from outside 50.
That's a huge roost. Massive kick. Why was he even thinking about it?
He cleared the line by about half a metre. That's all you need.
And again, we were asking at the start of this last quarter who's going to bob up and be the match winner, and Wheeler was that last week, 2 weeks ago for Northern against North Melbourne, and he might have done so again this week, this time against Frankston.
So the Northern Blues lead by 2 goals. 75 plays 63.
Ball back in the middle.
Frankston only had 17 players on the ground. We're just waiting for Ferreira to sprint back on inside 50. So that'll be an official warning against Frankston. Now the umpire has to throw the ball up for some reason.
They love calling this warning, the umpires.
But the throw up is important. It favours Phillips, the taller player. Nope, he's going to bounce it. Never mind.
So, to Tupu and Phillips go up. Phillips got the tap. Fisher was tackled immediately. Plenty of plays over this one again. Umpire swarms in and says, give it to me, boys. I'll toss it up. Have a Phillips got the tap. Tutupu had front spot though. And it look like we're going to get yet another stoppage. We've travelled just under time on here in the final quarter. Tutupu with the tap. Lang may have been held without it. Dove on top of the football on all fours, trying to crawl after it. Doing well there was Paulson, clearing kick up towards half forward. Palmer had front spot, good mark. He's got Lobe out the back. He goes in that direction. Lobe, smart football. Sorry, that's Paddy Kerr.
Cheeky half dozen for Paddy Kerr. Assuming he kicks this one.
So Patrick Kerr.
Taking all the time in the world, Paddy Kerr, despite the fact that he's kicking from 2 metres out.
So this will bring up goal number 6 for him. He trots in, point blank range, and puts it through. So 2 responding goals here from the Northern Blues. Get that margin back out to 3 goals. 12-9-81, Frankston 9-9-63.
He spent a bit of time off the ground in this quarter, Paddy Kerr, and that's pretty much corresponded with when Frankston was on top.
He's been brought on and been used to great effect here. And again, we were saying, it's again, those clearances from the middle as well. Northern were able to work the ball forward. Palmer hasn't had much of an influence on the game, but at a crucial moment, finds a front spot, finds his target, and Kerr finishes off the job.
So it'll be Lobe and Tutupu in the middle. That bounce has nearly hit Lobe in the face. That dead set nearly hit Matty Lobe in the face. And we'll have that thrown up now. Tutupu and Lobe will go at it again. Lobe wants a big run up. Tutupu will get there first. Lobe comes over the top. Ferreira again gets a clearance. Ball bounces past Shoemaker. Now they have a chance to try and lock this ball in here, the Northern Blues. And the umpire agrees, and we'll have a ball up 55 out from the Frankston goal. They lead 81-63 at the moment, the Northern Blues. They've answered the call. That hit out is going to go in favour of Frankston. That's a great tackle from behind by the Northern Blues player. Ferreira now kicks it inside 50 for Frankston. Goddard worked his man under the ball, but that's a dangerous place for the ball to be hitting the ground. Goddard may have tackled his opponent a bit early there. Umpire doesn't agree, and we'll have a ball up.
Great tackle by Goddard. That's what you asked for as a defender, high intensity.
So it's going to be Lobe and Rendell in the middle again. Inside 50 for Frankston. They need a quick one here if they want to stay alive. Neither ruckman got anywhere near it. For Solo gets the rebound 50 for the Northern Blues up towards Owies. Was worked under the ball. They're moving the ball quickly here. The captain Newman will go inside 50 to a one-on-one. Well done there by the Northern Blues defender, but the ball's come out the back. I believe that was Locke, whose kick has missed everything.
So Mason Blakey will take the resulting free kick here in the back pocket. Plenty of one-on-ones up the ground. He's got no option but to go long up towards half-back. Getting the front spot there for Frankston was Max Williams. Plenty of players on the ground here. We're going to get a stoppage at half-forward for Frankston. In the shadows of the broadcast side here. 23 minutes gone inside the last quarter. Lobe, Ferreira again. May have thrown an umpire, said play on. Quick kick around the body there by Jarnstrom. Big pack of players for him, but getting back Goddard. Takes a strong mark in front of the pack, courageous. And Northern will just look to slow things down a little bit now. They're up by an even 3 goals. Kick towards centre wing. Eludes Freeman, but Max Williams was there to clean it up. Finds Ford, and the kick is a shocker. Chopped off by Wheeler. How is he going to go quickly? Or is he going to just keep that slow tempo rolling? It's a good kick. Finds Lang. Handball to Fasolo. Long kick towards the forward pocket. It's a lovely kick as well to Fisher. How's the vision from Alex Fasolo there?
That's what he does best.
50-metre pass straight to the chest of Fisher. And on a preferred angle for the left footer. He missed one from a lot easier spot last time. And he swings around on the left boot and hits the post. Handy point.
Handy point, 19-point lead. It's going to be tough for Frankston from here. We've seen them kick a couple of goals in a row, a couple of times. You're going to need to do it here unanswered. Dylan Gordon will kick long down into the middle of the ground. Lobe brought it to ground, but in favour of Ferreira. Now they have the ball on the outside here, Frankston. Players screaming for the ball, and that's because they have numbers forward. Locke, he's going to play on, not going to use the overlap. Instead, he's going to go forward in the direction of Darcy, and Goddard does enough to see that ball over the boundary line for a throw in right on 50 for Frankston. Sun's starting to set here at Icon Park. Northern Blues have a handy 19-point lead deep in the fourth quarter. Phillips will do battle again with Rendell. Phillips works his way to the front. Favourable bounce in Lang's favour. And his hack kick lands in the lap of Alex Fasolo. Pointing directions, Alex Fasolo. They've got numbers for the switch. He doesn't want to go that way. Instead, he goes down the line towards Phillips. And coming over the top and spoiling it out of bounds was Miller. So this is what the Northern Blues want at this stage. They want to slow the game down. They want stoppages, and they want time to just run off the clock. Umpire throws it in. Tutupu takes it out of the ruck. Handball immediately put a player under pressure, but that kick is going to fall either out on the full or it's a Mason Blakey mark, either way. And again, just taking all the time they need. Darcy Lang provides the lead, not required. Kick goes well over his head towards Phillips again. And he takes a strong mark at half forward. Great hands from Andrew Phillips there. Players calling for the ball inside 50. Phillips kicks to the pocket. Brought to ground by Lobe. That's a hack kick towards the middle of the ground. They've got numbers here inside 50 to Northern Blues. And I believe it's Fasolo who's taken the mark at the top of the goal square. He's going to play on immediately. Oh, and he's just kicked it. He's just snuck it in. You'd want to when you're 15 metres out directly in front and you choose to snap around your body. I don't want to say that's the nail in the coffin, but it might be the nail in the coffin. 13-10-88, 9-9-63. They've answered the goal here, the Northern Blues.
They have Alex Fasolo, 2 goals in the final quarter.
He's bobbed up exactly when he needed to. Hasn't been used deep inside 50 much in this game.
That was a strong mark too, going back with the flight as well.
Andrew Phillips as well. I think crucial with that key mark on at half forward.
So Northern Blues skipping away with this one late, 13-10-88. Frankston 9-9-63. They've just shown a little bit of class in the later stages of this game. Nearly 28 minutes of time gone in this last quarter. Phillips a tap out the back. Lang may be in hell without it. Umpire said play on. Phillips went back in there to go back after that football. Plenty of plays around this one. And the ball gets forced out. Going back with the flight. Good mark by Stavrou.
They can switch the ball here, Northern Blues.
Stavrou opts against that. Comes out wide to the second gamer in Oscar White. And on that left foot he goes and finds Fisher, and Northern will just look to run this one out. Just over 28 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Got a comfortable buffer. Fisher drives this one long up towards Phillips, fisting the ball away from Ferreira. Gordon came through, handballed it underground, followed up his own football, but this ball will go over the boundary line and beat everybody to it. And we'll have it tossed in. Attacking side of the wing for Frankston, outer side here. Plenty of players around this one. Phillips and Riley Darcy in the ruck together. Lang was able to hack the ball up forward. Lobe with the front spot. And he's tackled over the boundary line and out of play by Will Fordham.
Still all one-on-one forward of the ball for Frankston. Northern not opting to drop a player back just yet.
So nearly 30 minutes gone here in this final quarter. Mustn't be too long left. Phillips and Darcy. They go again. Phillips with an outreach arm. Got the tap. Ferreira, who's been dogged all day. He's battled his heart out for his team. He's wrapped up immediately and will have it tossed up.
It's probably been the most influential midfielder on the ground with Darcy Lang.
Absolutely. So both ruckmen hold each other. Umpire says no free kick to either of you. Get on with it. Always good tackle. And the umpire's going to reward him. Holding the ball, and Always will get the free kick. He comes out wide to Stavrou. Stavrou goes short. He's kicked it straight into the man on the mark. Yarnstrom, and that boundary line has beat Yarnstrom, and that was a bit of a lazy kick by Marcus Stavrou, I think.
That's a 31st minute of the fourth quarter
yes.
kick by Marcus Stavrou. So we'll have a throw in now. Half forward for the Northern Blues. It'll be Phillips and Darcy going at it. They've had the ascendancy in the ruck all day, the Northern Blues, and Phillips bashes that one forward. Umpire's going to pay a free kick for holding the man. Going to Cam Paulson.
I've liked his game today, Nick.
Had a really good first half, Cam Paulson. Influential in a lot of Northern's early control of the game. Frankston have the opportunity to clear the ball here. Pressure on coming from behind from Fasolo. He's going again. That's good pressure inside 50 by the Northern Blues. Frankston just able to get the ball out. That's a high, wide kick and a good mark. And now they have numbers in the middle. Locke has played on. He's probably thrown that. Now under pressure is Kingsbury, and he is gone. Great tackling pressure by the Northern Blues late in this game. Blakey marks on the wing. Screams from the bench for him to hold the ball. Had always short. Didn't want any of that. He's looking in the middle. Instead he goes long towards Lobe, who sees the ball over the boundary line, and will have a throw in. Can't be long left in this one.
Nearly 32 minutes gone, Nick.
It'll be Lobe and Darcy again in the ruck. Darcy gets front spot. Lobe gets the tap over the top, being the taller player. Lang will hack it inside 50. And that's a good mark. Very good mark taken by Keppel. He'll play on immediately, duff the kick looking for Solo. But they're going to get another chance at it here. The hack kick from Frankston missed Newman and went out of bounds on the full. So it'll be a Darcy Lang free kick. 55 from goal. Just overdid it a bit, the Northern Blues there. Had a set shot, should have just taken it.
Keppel's idea was right, but just the execution just...
So Lang's just going to pump it deep inside 50. Maybe one last chance for a score for the Northern Blues. Fall of the ball. Lobe doesn't know what to do with it, and he's just dropped it. Unfortunately for the big ruckman, just couldn't make up his mind.
Tried to do a Dustin Lobe there, I think.
Yep. Went for the fend off, but Dylan Gordon will receive the free kick deep in defence. He's got the sun in his eyes. Spears it low. That kick favours Phillips, who goes up and not tunnelled. Umpire calls play on. Everyone jumps on the ball now, but it's come out the back. Stavros tackled off the ball. Phillips goes in hard and has given away a free kick. Free kick there going to Williams. Called to move on. He's going to go down the line. And there's the siren. Northern Blues have picked up their 4th win from 5 games this year. 88-63, a 25-point win for the Northern Blues. Frankston were dogged all day.
there. So a hard-fought victory there by the Northern Blues, 13-10-88 to 9-9-63. The leading goal kickers on the day for Northern, Patrick Kerr with a bag of 6, and goals two to Fasolo, 1 to Paulson Lang and Kane Keppel. And the goal kickers for Frankston, 2 to Kingsbury and 1 each to Turnbull, Locke, Bailey, Zije and Rich. But a good finish to the game from the Northern Blues, and you got the leading disposal getters as well, Nick, for us.
Yep, Darcy Lang, the leading disposal getter for the Northern Blues at 28, had a fantastic day in the middle of the ground, playing a traditional on-baller role, co-captain for the day, and was brilliant. Fisher, 25, 3 behinds, unfortunately, couldn't get on the scoreboard. Fasolo finished with 19, had a huge last quarter, kicking 2 goals. Stavros, 17, was excellent across half-back. Paddy Kerr, 16, 6 of them goals. O'Rourke, 15, Schumacher, 15, was excellent as well. Sorry, just giving you the Frankston numbers. Newman, 26, Fordham, 24, Ferreira, 23, probably their best on for the day in the middle. Freeman, 22, and Gordon, 20.
So Frankston can take plenty away from that game as well. Ferreira was really good in the heart of midfield, as you highlighted too, Nick. But I think it was a similar game to what they played against North Melbourne 2 weeks ago, where both sides struggling to really gain the ascendancy and momentum within the game, but then Northern late in the game were able to kick away, and I think their class up forward really showed late, as he said, for Solo with those two crucial goals, and then a big important tackle from Noah Wheeler as well. So
they're finishing strong. They're a strong running team, clearly, can run out games. Frankston can hold their head up high, though. They were in it all day. Took a few late goals from Northern just to put some space between them. They led all day. I would say a 25-point win probably doesn't reflect how close the game was in the end. But they'll take it, the Northern Blues, 4-1. Best start of the year for a while for them.
Best start of the year for the Northern Blues, and they entrench themselves inside the top 8 as well. And next week they return they go out to Marvel Stadium. They'll be playing the Sandringham Zebras before the Carlton St Kilda match, so that'll be the curtain raiser at 11:50 a.m. Hopefully they can continue their winning ways, but we've got one more thing, Nick. What have we got?
So on Sunday, June 9th as well, also worth mentioning.
Yes.
The Northern Blues back at Preston will be wearing the red and white, the traditional strip of the Northern Bull Ants. And
that's part of the VFL Heritage Round. That'll be the Battle of the Bell as well against Coburg.
Big day. Make sure you get down there, support the team. Started brilliantly, 4-1 to start the season. Absolutely everything you could have asked for so far from the Northern Blues this year.
Thank you again for joining us on the live broadcast of the Round 7 clash between the Northern Blues. It was the Northern Blues who prevailed 13-10-88 to 9-9-63.